Oh man. Hey, so when I made that joke last night about my fantasy team and the hilarious things that happened to them, did you know who I was talking about? Nick Mackay? Do you remember that guy?
Oh no,
For ESPN? No.
No, not somebody I remember.
No, man. It was. He used to every Monday night after at the end of the Sports Center, he would do all the bad beats for the weekend for football, and that's what, seriously. Because they were stupid because
might as well talk in the microphone.
It would be like,
Oh, are we on?
Yeah, I turned this on.
They were so dumb because it would be situations where the game wasn't in the balance at all, and someone would make a play, and the only thing that they hurt were bettors, and so it's stuff like that. Like I had, and the thing that made me think of it was like we're halfway through this game. This is halftime at this point, and Josh Allen is in the middle of his worst game of the season. And he coming off of his best game of the season,
Right.
against me in Top Gun, where at the start of the week I was projected to lose by 30, and if Josh Allen had just simply hit his projection of 26 or 27, I win by 15. Instead, I lost by 10.
It's funny. At work, there was a guy. He's kind of a big bettor, and he's like, yeah. He's like, what do you think of the game tonight? And I was like, man, I kind of like Houston. He's like, yeah, whatever, but I like Josh Allen tonight. I was like, oh, do you? I was like, why? Would you bet? He's like, well, he scored 6 touchdowns last week, so I bet he just has to score 3 this week. I was like, bro, that Houston defense is really good. And he's like, no, 6 touchdowns last week. I was like, all right. Good luck, brother.
He jinxed him. That was the guy.
It's interesting how things go like that from week to week, right? I mostly like when I'm looking at my picks and I'm picking them. I try to stay away from like the hype that happened from the week before. You know, as a judgment call, there's like a whole brain formula that I go through to do, you know, like right back down to what we very first started talking about years ago, and that's like organizational mess. Like, you know, are just the organization in general known to be able to be consistent, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, I almost got a lot right last week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was like,
I didn't do that last week. I
like,
felt good about it.
I think that you and me missed like 3 picks on combined 6 points.
Yeah,
something like that. It was crazy.
Where like everybody else went the other direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So
wait, last week?
Yeah.
Didn't I dominate last week?
No, you only won by
you
one
won by
still.
one, yeah.
Oh, that's domination.
in my book, that's dominating.
Catching up.
I am catching up.
Catching up.
See, when I
got a
texted
point
you
today.
guys,
Thank you very much.
I was thinking about that,
good job,
how that
man.
was happening, and then that kickoff return happened, and when I watched the kickoff return, I had like just walked into my house. I'd been busy the afternoon, and it hadn't even clicked to me that I was playing against the Buffalo defense, the DST. And afterwards, I was like, oh my, that was one of the worst kickoff return for touchdowns I've ever seen. Like
I saw it. I was at work going, what the?
So you don't disagree? Like it was just like it was a lazy spin move where he didn't even like really spin off of anybody, and then there was nobody there. There was just nobody there
except the kicker that was just kind of like randomly.
And then he wasn't even
didn't really try.
And he wasn't even fast. Was the other part?
Like it.
Is like. So
He just checked out. Checked out.
It was, oh man, modern football, dude.
It's funny because I watched that play and I'm like, that's how I'm going to be wrong about this game, really? You know what I mean? And then no, Houston still like
you weren't paying attention. So when I texted you guys, that had just happened, and like 3 minutes later, I had checking into fantasy situation, realized I was playing against the Buffalo DST. And that was what made me think of that Nick Bakay thing, where he just, because it's just like, it's every
Everything
week.
is,
It's
yeah.
like comical things like this where it's like, it's almost hard to through the, like, because of seeing the game through the lens of my team and Top Gun all the time. It, like, Sundays are hard sometimes, dude, because my team has not had back-to-back 15-point performances at the quarterback position this season. I have yet to do that. It's been really, 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 really difficult.
You should trade Ray for his backup.
Yeah, you want Lamar
Oh,
Jackson?
hey, I mean, I think it's over. I'm hoping it's over.
Oh, do you have it? You
Yes,
have him in your?
yes,
okay.
I have Burrow.
He's gonna get injured in the second.
I happen
quarter.
to be like on
He's done.
on the phone looking at stuff, and like within 5 minutes of the announcement that they had activated his 21-day window, and just like I saw, I was in players adding, you know, and he was like one of the most added players, and I didn't even realize that he had been dropped in our league, and it was Monday, so I didn't have to wait for the waiver wire because they had their bye week. And the teams that have their bye week, as long as the Monday night game hasn't been played yet, like all the way up until the Monday night game has been played, you can add players.
Yeah.
And then when that game ends, rosters lock until waivers run on Tuesday at midnight. And so,
Which means Wednesday morning, right?
Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
So I happen to
That's gotta change.
to be looking at players on Monday afternoon. Well, no, that's typical. That's
crazy.
I know it's typical, but I when we go to like voting for rules for next season,
That's
I
one
got
I wouldn't
I've
change.
got to bring that one up, man.
What do you mean? How would
I
you
think
change
I
it?
think you should be able to attack your rosters sooner than Wednesday morning. I think you'd be able to attack them.
It's to give people so.
It's to give everybody a chance to
Yeah.
absorb the weekend.
And there's
you know what I mean?
and there's information that you're not going to have until Tuesday,
Right.
Because guys are
well,
having
you're still all in the
there's,
exact same
there's
playing
injuries.
field. You're still
For
all in
sure,
the exact same playing
but
field.
do you
So
want-
it's to protect people who are over aggressive.
Well, and
to do it on
Well,
Wednesdays.
to protect the league against
so
people who
news
are
happens about
overaggressive.
player X. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, "Oh, we got to have player X." So it's whoever got that alert first
Right.
and wasn't at work
had-
and
yeah.
could have the opportunity to. That's who gets it, or should we do it by skill and like who wants to bid the most of their fab for the season? And if they pay up, then hey, now they can't pay up later. Like it seems like a much
but
more
the
fair
availability could go both ways, right? Somebody could be available on Tuesday and not be available on Wednesday. You know,
You're talking
just being
about,
being available to do
right,
pick up players.
but having a consistent day that you can count on, where you know that I don't have to
It
worry.
gives you
So, but
basically
that
2
can go-
days to get your picks in.
yeah.
Like it's like
So I
everybody's on-
can see where this is going. I still don't agree.
It's so here's the thing.
I used to live in that league. Let me-
So here's the thing is so he's having this argument right now. This guy is currently sitting on 100% of his fab still.
I know.
So you realize you know what that's for, right?
yeah, no, it's fine.
It's so that you can get the guys that you want, and
I
not
know what
have
it's
to,
for.
Okay, but that's what it's that's why you have the fab is to it's so that if you want a guy and you're worried that other people are going to also want that guy, then you pay for him.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that.
Well,
Obviously.
it's the most fair. It's a
Obviously,
more, it is a more fair
I'm
system.
on all my fab. It's
a more fair system
For me,
than
it's about wanting to
first come,
play
first
on
serve.
Tuesday instead of having to wait a whole day.
There's
to
leagues
do
that do
it.
that. I have one.
Yeah,
So
but-
there's one of my leagues
It's
where
not.
on
It's
Monday
nothing
night
to do with any of those
I
other
have-
things.
so
Just, I
there-
want to
there-
get started on Tuesday. I don't want to wait till Wednesday. to
that
start.
is a different thing entirely. Like now, not
But you guys never let me. You didn't really give me a chance to explain. You just kind of like
sorry.
straight for the pitchforks, and this is why it doesn't work. Like you just.
Well,
It doesn't matter whether
sounded
it is.
like you were for not having the rosters locked at all. That's why. That's all I was saying. And the thing is that I've had running multiple leagues. I've had people complain to me about that. And like for like Dynasty, you know, I think that during the season it should be first come first serve. Like we don't have, I think we do have in Ironstone we have waivers, but it's only rosters are only locked from the end of Monday Night Football until Tuesday night.
Right.
And any other time you can add and drop. And not every league is like that. I have other leagues where it's like every single day is a waiver claim.
I think that's better.
And I like that during the off season. During the regular season, you should be like making moves all the time. But during during the off season, running waivers once a week, I think makes sense so that everybody has a chance.
There's no skill in who gets there first. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, but what do you run waivers every day?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Why not?
That's stupid.
No, it's not.
It is. It is
fantastic.
Stupid. No, it's not.
It's the sign of a well-run league.
No, it's not. It's the sign. It's no.
It totally is.
No, that to me is a micromanaged league.
You know, as far as the fab goes, I don't
it's
think
ridiculous.
I've ever.
Please justify for me why you should have like, if a guy has been sitting on if it's Friday afternoon, and a guy has been sitting on waivers for however long he's been there
because the news
and hold on, so.
That's everything.
The news, the news doesn't change that dramatically.
You're saying
like every once in a while, like breaking news happens and a guy gets injured in practice, but it's extremely rare that happens. And when that happens, that news is loud. So if you play fantasy football and you missed it, that's bad on you.
That's
it's
my position. You missed it. It's not you missed it.
You did.
Well, what if I was on the floor and I couldn't touch my phone until 2 hours later, and I go and check it, and it's like, oh, I'm 2 hours late. I'm screwed. I'm so bad at fantasy football. I mean, what the heck? Come on now, you got to make it fair for everybody. That's all I'm saying.
There's plenty of things that happen to people like with London games and getting like how many people started Jalen Warren when he didn't.
You just make
when he didn't
everything
play
as fair as possible. But,
you know,
Ray, do me a favor. When Wadabizzy gets on, let me know. I've got he proposed a trade to me that is quite interesting that I would like to discuss among the group. I think would be fun.
So what you're describing to me though doesn't sound unfair. Like, why should the rest of the league be put on hold because you are not able to get to your phone?
Just till midnight. At midnight, the waivers run. Each day, midnight, the waivers run.
And you know what? But that hurts the people who've used their fab already. Then
don't use your fab.
And so, okay, but in the way that you're suggesting it be run like every day, I would suggest at that point, don't use fab. At that point,
why?
Because it diminishes the value of fab. Like you're gonna have people going through it every single day.
It makes it more valuable. And that's gonna be like you're gonna want to trade for fab.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible. That sounds stupid.
Oh,
I would never know,
dude.
That sounds
dude, the Bijan Robinson owner in our league, who's got trash on his bench, could drop anybody. I offered him Tyler Algier for $30 fab. And this is a person that has not spent a single dollar on fab all year. And they turned me down. It's like, what? I don't understand.
He probably just didn't want you to have the fab. He's like, he's probably like, he's
just a pure hater.
Well, and also if he's looking at your roster and he's saying, why is he trading me Algier for fab? And he goes, oh, that guy can't be on IR anymore. He's going to have to drop somebody.
No, but that's not the case. I'm just hanging on to Algier now because I think
I'm just saying, giving what ifs to people who are listening.
But those weren't good reasons. I'm just like, what the hell? Anyway.
My reasons are good.
You're too far ahead to help you in any way.
They may not have been valid in this situation.
You're too far ahead to help you in any way, dude.
You got to help yourself. Like that is the wrong way to be thinking.
Nope.
Because anything like if I'm a juggernaut, like. Cool, but anything can happen to me. Like 1 week, like just weird stuff can happen.
Make a case
to all
for
my
yourself,
guys,
go for it.
or if everybody gets hurt or whatever.
Just keep making a case for yourself.
Like you can't even get into the playoffs if you don't make trades and stuff. So it's like if I'm offering you something that will help your team,
I don't think you do that though.
The trade that I just offered was fantastic.
Well, I don't know. I mean, not necessarily.
How? He hasn't used $1 of fab all year long. Obviously cares nothing for the fab.
thing
And you were offering what for his
Algier
fab?
is somebody who
wants
he
fab.
needs.
Okay, it would no. Why does he need him?
Because Algier's almost.
Have you
good
seen
enough
the
to
rest
start
of his
on
roster?
own.
Have you seen the rest of his roster? This is the guy that
I'll give you some fab for Algier.
This is the guy who. Okay, now if it was,
I will.
Now if it was,
So what difference does it make where you get the fab from?
Well, that was last week.
What difference does it make where you get the fab from?
Last week things were a little tighter. Let me see. I might still do that. Let me look.
Okay,
Let me look.
because what difference does it make where you get the fab from, right?
It's
if that's
just
the
week.
case, right?
Last week I was tighter on players.
Unless
and
you don't want to
this week I'm
help
not
me.
as tight.
Unless you don't want to help me. Unless there's some
I know
reason
you do
you
need
would
a little help to get in, brother. Too. You're right on that edge. Let me take a look.
Anyway, you were saying, Ken?
I was saying that the Bijan Robinson owner is not in quote unquote need of Tyler Algier unless he's in a situation where it's like if he loses Bijan, he doesn't have starting running backs. Whereas like if this owner loses Bijan, it would hurt him because Bijan is the best. The only running backs that I'd rather have on my team would be CMC or Jonathan Taylor at this point. And
he's got both.
And I'm somebody who in one of my leagues traded CMC away in a deal to get Bijan because of the schedule that's coming up for him.
You're wrong.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
No, you're wrong on his team, by the way.
on his team,
Like,
he needs receivers.
He needs Tyler
He doesn't
Algier.
need Tyler Algier. He can't
absolutely
play him.
does.
He can't play him.
No, well, he's not. It's not to play. It's for.
He does. Even if Bijan gets hurt, that's not the best answer that he has.
Are you kidding me?
Is this not the guy that's Sean Tucker?
You're okay. We need to make some bets on Sean Tucker
Okay.
because he is
Sean
garbage.
Tucker versus Rashad White then.
He's garbage at this point.
No, he's not.
Didn't
Bucky's
they
still
say
not
Bucky's
playing.
coming back?
No, still not playing.
Okay, so he's got. So you're talking about a 1 week player in Sean Tucker.
You don't even know what it's going to be. You know that Sean Tucker is very good right now. You have no
he
idea
had
what's going to
one
happen.
good game.
Yeah, you have no like Bucky Irving has missed 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea exactly what's going on with him.
I am just shocked
because
you
he's
have-
still not doesn't seem much closer than he was 3 weeks ago. He's still because he's getting limited practices in, but he's not. But
I see very little value in Sean Tucker. And I see
Sean Tucker
very
is
little
an
value in
excellent running
Frosty
back.
Merritt at
Every
this point.
time Sean Tucker has every time Sean Tucker has had 10 or more carries in his career, which is short.
I was gonna say how many times is that?
Every time he's had 10 or more carries,
Which is
he's
once.
been a top 10 running back. No, it's actually 4 times.
I'm
But,
teasing.
You know,
but
whatever.
Yeah.
That's 4 for 4 is pretty good. Like in the National Football League, that's a big deal. I'm not talking about he got you 10 PPR points. I'm talking he was a top 10 running back when he got the opportunity.
So what
And
kind of
he's-
value do you put on Tucker? Because
Like-
I put 0.
I wouldn't get rid of him. There's no way I would drop him. I would rather
Algier is 100 times more valuable
to
than Tucker
you.
is.
Like you're the only that's the first time I've heard that. Like at all.
Unless you're talking
Like-
this week.
I don't see the same value that you do in Algier, especially with the Atlanta offense shifting from Michael Penix to Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
And
I will
with
give
the-
you that.
And
it changed this week.
and
that,
with the
yeah.
situation with Drake London, because we don't know what's going.
Right.
We have no idea how.
And
injured
this
Drake
was
London
a last week before last week trade, so
the
I
Falcons
guess
could
I'm in
really
last
the
week's
Falcons could
mentality.
really quickly be into shut it down mode.
What's the record? Aren't they? Don't they have like
3-6.
Are they 3-6?
Yeah, they
Oh.
after the loss to Carolina, they're basically out of it.
I thought they had more wins than that.
No.
Damn. Yeah.
Am I correct? Are they 3-6? Can we see that?
Who?
Atlanta.
The Falcons. I'm fairly confident.
3-7.
3-7.
Damn.
Yeah, worse. Yeah.
I throw a couple more wins.
Yeah,
than
so
that.
they
I
could
didn't realize were
really
that bad.
quickly go into shut it
Oh
down.
yeah, they're probably in shutdown mode at this point. I mean, basically this week would be everything. Can Kirk Cousins go out there and do something? But everything Kirk Cousins has shown in the last year and a
Says
half,
no.
says no. So yeah, I mean in Top Gun, which
Still
is a
made a
super
shit
flex
ton of
league, I
money,
mean,
though.
I dropped Kirk Cousins, and I
One of the most. He's like one of the all-time highest earners at quarterback.
know I love it.
It's so funny.
He's made so much money, dude. Every contract has just gone perfectly for him. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Good for him.
Right?
Jerk.
and he's in a situation to make money again.
How?
Because
If you can't get a Super Bowl, might as well make a ton of money, huh?
well,
Oh, dude.
he signed a 4-year deal when he went to Atlanta. This is year 2.
He's at like 400 mil or something like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
stupid. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's possible, like because a team that is, let's say that he does ball out, right? Let's say the Falcons win out. Kirk Cousins is Pro
You got
Bowl-
a die roll on a D20 and you got your 20.
right.
You got
exactly,
your critical
right.
success. Okay.
Kirk Cousins is becomes a top starting quarterback for the rest of the season from here on out. Either the Falcons are going to want to keep him, which I don't think that would be likely.
Don't they have one more year on the contract
Two,
or something?
two,
Oh my
and that
God.
and so,
so
and if a team was going to trade for him,
If he balled out, sorry.
if he
Career
right, I'm
earnings
saying.
to date, contract tracker site lists his career earnings as about $321.7 million.
It's off by 80, sorry, or 70.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's to date, right?
And that's to date.
date.
He's not done
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah, he
that's
has-
to date.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy. Good for him, dude. And
No, that's all we could say. It's
and
good
he's
for
just a
him,
good
motherfucker.
dude. And he's just a good dude. He's a family man. He's just like every account of him is just like he's cool. He's a good person.
Yeah, if you watched that
Cool.
quarterback series on Netflix,
yeah.
he was really good. Like, he's a really likable dude. Seems like it seems like he's actually really tough. Puts a lot of effort into making sure that his body's in shape as well as he can be. And it still seems like a pretty down to earth dude. Like dresses like he buys his clothes,
Well, his wife
online
buys his clothes, yeah.
or at Kohl's,
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can, if you want to run into Kirk Cousins, just go down to the Barnes and Noble.
That's cool.
So, but anyway, if he balls out and a team was to try and trade for him, like he might be able to lobby for a contract extension because he'll be making the amount of money that they signed him for, which I think is like 45-ish. I think it's sub 45. I'm pretty sure it's 180-ish million dollars, like somewhere in that neighborhood for 4 years. Okay. Now the quarterback market is 65.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
So, and even if it's just one more year at an additional like $15 million or something like that, you know, like that's more money in his pocket. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. It just seems very.
Whereas
very
like 3
unlikely, but
months
yeah.
ago, it looked like Kirk Cousins was just like they're gonna cut him and everybody else is gonna be done with him. All I'm saying is
We'll
that
find
he's
out this
in a
week.
position to earn more money. That's all I was saying.
We'll find
That's
out
it.
this week.
So
So let's talk about games, huh?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
So our first game up is the New York Jets versus the Baltimore Ravens. New York Jets are plus 13.5. Over under is 45.5. Plus 650 if you're betting on the Jets. Minus 1,000 if you're betting on the Ravens.
1,000.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Ooh, so I'll take the Ravens on this
Yeah,
one.
Jets are 2-8. Probably gonna win.
Yeah.
That's the bet of the week right there.
This is the Lamar Jackson get right game, right? He's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
You gonna start him?
Nah.
No, you're still gonna start Stafford?
This is the start of their playoff run right here.
Yeah, Stafford's going against Tampa Bay. That scoreboard's going to be flying high.
Josh
very
Allen
possible.
did just score 6 touchdowns against them.
So we'll see what happens, you know. So yeah, I think we're all going Baltimore.
Oh yeah, by far.
I don't think there's much else to say about this game. I'm still going to start Hall.
You know, and maybe Henry gets right.
So I'll tell you what, like fantasy wise,
Because Henry's been a little off lately.
I fully expect this to just be a get right game for Baltimore. Like I would start, Derrick Henry. I would start Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. I'm not interested really in Baltimore's tight ends or any other receivers. It's really just those 3 guys.
I don't even know if I'm interested in Flowers, honestly.
yeah, I was kind of.
Maybe
If you think Lamar Jackson's going to have a big game, then you just assume you should assume, like if you assume that Lamar Jackson's going to have a great passing game,
I'm not going to.
and he hasn't been running the football,
You're right. He hasn't.
He hasn't been passing it very much either.
He hasn't been passing it very well.
That's
but
what
if
I mean.
but if you're
That's what I mean.
but if you're assuming that he is going to have a good passing game, and I am, because this is a good time to do it.
He's got to pass it to somebody.
Zay Flowers is the guy.
Yeah.
Like he is still the guy. So
Lamar Jackson's always been kind of a spread the ball around kind of guy, though, too.
Yeah, but
he's peppered Flowers on occasion.
no,
but it hasn't
Flowers
been-
targets are consistent. I mean, when I say consistent, we're talking like 7+ per game,
Really?
which for Lamar is extremely good.
Yes,
It's-
no, that is good.
That's not something he's done.
And his targets are good targets to have. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
No, right, they are. I like Zay Flowers this week as a top 15-ish receiver. I like Lamar as a top 5 quarterback. On the other side, there's interesting things going on with Jets receivers because they're making the switch to Tyrod Taylor. So I think you actually get more value.
They
out of-
announced.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I
No
missed
Fields.
that somehow.
So
I thought
you,
Fields
I,
played
I-
decently
I
last
feel
week.
like
didn't
you
he?
get more value.
No.
I feel like you get more value out of he ran like 11 times for 50-ish yards or something like that.
Okay.
But no, he did not play very well.
All right.
You get more value out of their receivers. There's no Garrett Wilson. They traded for John Mechie a couple months ago, and I really like John Mechie. For anybody who doesn't know, he was the Blitnikoff Award winner for most outstanding wide receiver in the class that includes Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Jamison Williams.
Yeah.
Mechie was the most outstanding receiver that year in college. So he's a talented guy. He had a really good start.
He had a big
to his
injury,
Jets
and that's
career.
why
He
you
was
haven't
cancer.
heard of
he
him.
had cancer.
He had cancer.
He had cancer. Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes.
All right. It's a
He-
big
yeah,
injury.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. So physically, like he's structurally sound. So it's not like one of those situations where you're just like, just the guy that blew out his knee and it was never right. Jamison Williams is the guy that blew out his knee, and he's come back and been really good.
Yeah.
Mechie just kind of got lost in a weird situation. Like he was kind of physically ready to go last year in Houston, but they had signed Stephon Diggs, and Tank Dell had just kind of had a great camp, and he just kind of got lost, and they decided to move on from him at the end of the season last year. So actually, I think it was in the middle of the offseason this season.
Yeah.
I think he was in training camp and they traded him.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Something like that. It might have even been during this. Anyway, he's in a better spot now. He's in a spot to.
Well, yeah, he's getting the ball now.
Yes, actually get the ball. I think he's somebody to watch because they're going to throw the ball because they're going to be behind and they got to throw it to somebody. And Garrett Wilson might be done for the year. So
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
No, he's coming back for the playoffs. Bastard.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Don't say shit. Like
So Garrett Wilson was the Jets. Like people had when the Jets were trading at the trade deadline. Garrett Wilson obviously got a lot of questions. Like there was a lot of people calling for him, and he was marked as an untradeable. He's somebody they see as a cornerstone asset, and so like we were just talking about how like the Falcons could be going into shut it down mode because of the Michael Penix situation. The Jets are one of those teams too.
I know.
And like if you've got your 25-year-old superstar receiver and there's nothing else around him and there's nothing for you to win but a worse draft pick, he may not come back. So Mechie is somebody that could be interesting. He's a really talented player. I'm watching him this
Just
weekend.
somebody to keep your eye on.
I am
That's
watching
fair.
him very closely this weekend. But sorry, we can move on now.
Okay. So next up, we got Pittsburgh Steelers at Chicago Bears. Pittsburgh's plus 2.5. Over under is 45.5. Plus 124 if you're betting on the Steelers. Minus 148 if you're betting on the Bears.
One of the real fun games of the week. This one is tough. I mean, these are two.
What
good
happened to
teams.
Aaron Rodgers last week?
His offhand, he hurt his wrist.
He got hit pretty good. Both quarterbacks got hit really good in that game because Flacco injured his throwing shoulder in getting hit similarly to how Rodgers did.
The old guys.
Yeah, the old guy's
They're
broke.
fragile, man.
Yeah, it's funny because you're asking that question, like what happened, and it's like because there was nothing special about how they got hit.
They were just hard hits and they rolled. Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's
exactly what
basically
happened.
what happened. And Rodgers is basically 50-50 to play this week.
He really wants to play though.
Yeah, he really wants to play, and he probably will end up playing.
I think he's gonna play.
It would be
I don't
my
think
guess.
he wants to be done after the season.
I think this is his last season.
it
I think
seems-
that's why he wants to
It
play.
could be his last
Well, it's
season,
the
but I don't
Bears.
think it
He just
wants
loves
Oh,
to.
playing-
and he
it's
loves
the
playing
Bears.
against the
He
Bears in
loves playing the
Chicago,
Bears.
yeah.
Like, and like
He
if
just wants to prove he owns them.
That is my prediction for this game is that Aaron Rodgers is not only going to play, but he's going to score a rushing touchdown.
All right.
Oh,
I like it.
playing
I got lunch on this one. There's
he
a
can-
Bears fan at work that bet me lunch, so come on.
So you can tell the Bears fans that he still owns them. I still own you. So good.
So, are you betting on Steelers too?
I'm picking the Steelers to win, but it's interesting because
Lone
the
wolf in
Bears,
this one.
the Bears really remind me of the Vikings last year,
Really?
where they just keep winning games. They just keep winning these.
The Vikings looked impressive doing
not the
it.
Vikings last year. The Vikings a couple years ago.
Okay.
Not last year before last year when they won all those one-score games.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Because the Bears just keep doing it. They keep improbable things keep happening. This last week against Minnesota, they gave up the what should have been the game-winning score. Me too, please. They gave up what should have been the game-winning touchdown with under 20 seconds to go. And then Minnesota allows them to return the kickoff into Minnesota territory. So all they have to do is make one play. And actually, I don't even think they had to make a play. I'm pretty sure they went out there and ran the ball to line up the kick off of the kickoff return. So it's just like how often does that happen? And so they just keep winning in these ridiculous ways while not actually playing. They're just not a sound football team.
I agree.
They have interesting pieces. They have moments where they look really good, but they also have moments where they just implode. And the Steelers got to have it.
Well, and when they're winning with 140 yards passing or something like that. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, like Caleb Williams.
how often can you do that? So as long as the Pittsburgh defense shows up in any way, shape, or form, which unfortunately is problematic this year, but I think they're improving. I think
They were
getting
good
better.
last week.
And yeah,
I
think we're
the
getting better.
Steelers are winning, but I just feel like they should be doing better.
I thought they were.
We
honestly,
should be 8-2, not 6-4. You're right about that.
I thought that they played much better than I expected them to play on defense last week.
Yeah.
I expected the Bengals to be able to score, and the Bengals were able to move the football, but they were not able to score when they got close. Repeatedly, the Steelers turned them away.
Speaking of the Bengals, next up is New England at the Bengals. New England's -7, over unders 51.5. Bet the under. -340 if you're betting on the Patriots, +270 if you're betting on the Bengals. Betting on the Patriots. This is not coming to.
I'm taking the Patriots too, and it doesn't matter whether it's Burrow or Flacco playing. The Patriots are just a good team right now, and Cincinnati is an okay team with Flacco. And if they get Burrow back, they might be a little bit better. But his first game back, injured, I don't see it. New England's going to be the winner here. Yeah.
I knew I
feel
would get a
good about
lone
it.
wolf here. I'm
Oh,
going to
dude.
take the opportunity.
I feel great. about
Absolutely take it.
it. Enjoy.
I obviously have been watching the Burrow situation very closely. I think he's going to play. Vegas thinks he's going to play. The line has moved 3 points
I agree.
since yesterday.
Yeah, the only reason why that would happen is because of Burrow.
Yes, and Vegas is usually right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, they have some inside information. I think it's guaranteed there.
Yeah. So the announcement they don't have to activate him officially until 4 p.m. tomorrow, which will be 1 p.m. out here in California. So that I'll be on pins and needles, obviously, until then. but that is my expectation, is that he's going to play. And
Would you feel good about starting him this week, fantasy wise?
I will. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. As the person who's currently got Jordan Love slotted in, and now that's so. Here's just to have my thoughts on where I should be at the quarterback position. I'm going to play Jordan Love if Josh Jacobs doesn't play. Because if Josh Jacobs doesn't play, I feel like the points that they're going to score are more likely to come out of the passing game.
For sure.
And I do think they are going to score against Minnesota. Matt LaFleur has been beating the pants off of Kevin O'Connell. It doesn't get really talked about, but it's kind of like it's not so much anymore over the last couple of years for the Rams and the 49ers, the McVay little brother to Shanahan thing. They've gotten more even. But there's a similar situation going on, over in Green Bay with LaFleur and O'Connell. He just seems to have his number. So anyway, if Jacobs doesn't play, I'll start Jordan Love. But I would, and then if Burrow is not playing and I don't have that situation, I think I'd probably pivot to someone like Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
A good person I think is a real sleeper this weekend is Tyler Shuck. The Falcons, they could just be a sinking ship, and they just gave up 450 yards to Bryce Young.
And Shuck looked a lot better last week.
Shuck looked awesome. He looked like a different quarterback.
One of my guys from work was asking me fantasy advice this week, and he's got Shuck, and then he showed me a picture of who's on the waiver wire, and I was just like, dude, you got to start Shuck.
He's what is he in, like a 14, 16 team league or something? Is it deep league?
He's in a 12-team league, but I think it's one of those kind of beginner leagues where everybody keeps 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
They drafted a bunch of quarterbacks.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there's just no quarterbacks out there. It was like
that's really funny.
It was like Shedeur Sanders, or
I also like Sanders this
Kirk
weekend.
Cousins, or
Sanders gonna have.
But would you have the stones to start Sanders? Okay,
I would start Shuck first. I would start Shuck first.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, for sure. And sorry, just real quick, just because we're talking about this, it's amusing. I am one of those guys that I stream quarterbacks. That's what I do, because I'm going to stream until I find something I like. And in one of my leagues that I'm very competitive in, I'm like 4th place overall. I've been streaming all year, which is garbage. About 3 weeks ago, I happened to pick up Stafford because somebody dropped him on his bye. I was like, sweet. Picked up Stafford, and now I have Burrow as well, because for the same reasons. And so now I'm going to be cruising into the playoffs with 2 of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I'm just like, all right,
awesome.
Let's go, boys.
Yes.
But anyway,
that's got to feel really good.
It does.
I'll wait to see it with Burrow. Next up,
I think it might take a couple of weeks. That's the
I
thing.
think
It's
so.
like,
I am a little worried about this weekend, especially since he doesn't have Chase. But
and that's a big one, yeah.
Right, but he has everybody else,
Right.
and
T. Higgins is good.
and Yosifas is a good player too.
Yeah,
I like Andre Yosifas.
Yeah, and that is glad you brought that up, because if anybody's listening out there and you need somebody like Yoshivas,
I'm playing him.
Fantastic
I'm playing him
pickup.
this weekend.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
There's 2 or 3 pickups like that. Yoshivas.
I have another one that we'll get to in a little bit. I'll save that one so that we don't get too far off track here. But
I'm starting. But
so also the other thing that I want to mention is that the Patriots are a young football team. So they're a young football team that's been riding high, and they're going in to face a veteran football team that has to win, that could be getting their franchise quarterback back. And it's one of those situations where, and the Patriots, I'm pretty sure they came down here or went into Cincinnati and lost last year, right? On those Ramondre Stevenson fumbles.
I don't remember, but
I'm pretty
quite
sure that was
possible.
last year,
Yeah.
right? Stevenson fumbled twice
Oh,
inside
and
the 10.
Stevenson's back this week too. Yeah.
And Stevenson's back. Things are going to be a little different for their
I'd
offense.
still start Henderson.
Like I
but
would
you gotta
honestly
temper
be more
expectations.
worried about the Patriots offense if Stevenson was sitting out and I knew Henderson was going to get 100% or not 100%, but like the bulk of the work. But like with Stevenson coming back into the situation, and you know that he's going to get some work where it's like
He's going to get 50 or 60% of the work.
right.
He will.
Yes, I expect that, and I think that's a downgrade for their offense.
It depends on what they're trying to do. Like there's just two different running backs.
Based on what I've seen at it since he's been injured, it seems like they upgraded their offense. It seemed like honestly, I mean,
I'm just saying the
and-
coach
but-
is a
and-
professional, and we both expect
and
Ramondre
the
Stevenson to get
NFL
50%
is
plus.
still kind of
I'm
you know
just
all from the top down. The NFL is still kind of a a gentleman's club where like you got to earn your stripes.
I don't think so, man. Coaches, they have to survive, man. They're going to put whatever's best for them out there.
Vrabel's not going anywhere, dude. Vrabel they had a one and done with a coach.
But even if it's just best for them to put Stevenson out there so that way they're limiting the carries for Henderson for the playoffs.
I think, it
Like,
doesn't
that's
get
the thing,
talked
too.
about enough that New England was willing to fire Mayo after one season solely because Vrabel was available. And they didn't want him going somewhere else.
No. I've always said Vrabel's a
And
great
so
coach.
to me, he's got a long leash.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah. Especially after what he's done this year.
Yes.
No
Yes.
doubt. No, that's not in question.
right. And so the way that Vrabel has been, he has been one of those guys where like how long did it take Derrick Henry to get on the field?
2 years, yeah.
It was longer than that.
Well, it was the end of the second year, and then at the beginning of the third year, they were like, well, maybe.
And then it wasn't until the middle of the third year where he really took yes.
Bam,
And I mean, does that make any sense to you?
Right.
No.
No, that's true.
So that's all.
Those are very different players, but I like I like where you're going. I see the comp. I see the comp, even though those players are like exactly opposite.
They are extremely different, but you're talking about it's the same basic principle. Like you had to have known that Derrick Henry was more talented. The guy who was it that was in front of him? I don't even remember anymore.
It was Murray.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then no, that's not even close. DeMarco Murray is nowhere near the athlete that Derrick Henry is. Like
But
actually.
DeMarco Murray had a couple
was-
of peak seasons.
was-
He had
yeah,
two
but
seasons
but
where
he
he was really, really
But
good.
I am, as a Cowboys fan, I can tell you,
And he was coming off one of those. I'm
as a
just saying.
Cowboys fan, I can tell you that those two players are nowhere near each other in talent. DeMarco Murray is not. He's not. Has.
I think we'd all agree now. Yeah.
Yeah. DeMarco Murray is not a tackle breaker. He's not. He doesn't have that top end speed.
But that year,
Anyway,
year was a huge
I
debate.
think he was like built up to be more than he actually was because of what he got to play behind in Dallas. Because that offensive line was unbelievable. Like he got to play with Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Travis Frederick at the beginning of their careers.
All right, so I
anyway.
think we can move on.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
New England decisively there.
Next up is
for-
Giants at Detroit. Giants are. You're going Bengals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you threw me off. All right, Giants at Detroit. Giants are plus 12.5. Over and under is 50.5. Plus 600 if you're betting on the Giants. Minus 900 if you're betting on Detroit. Betting on Detroit. I bet on them last week, but I kind of knew that they had to get up in front right away. They never did. So that kind of went the other way.
Yeah,
this
But
is
I'm
a-
going under.
yeah, well,
they're
this is
at
a much
home.
better matchup for
Yeah,
them. So,
they're at home
gonna
against the
crush you.
Giants. Yeah, they're going to smash the Giants. I don't think this is close.
Still start Jackson Dart and probably
No, Dart's out.
No, oh, that's right.
It's going to be
They
Jameis
said
Winston.
that they said he was going to play all
But-
week, and then now he's
right.
not.
But Darius Slayton is going to play.
So, Slayton, what's his name?
Hodgins.
Hodgins. That's right.
Yeah,
Because
Isaiah Hodgins.
Wandale's out, right?
No, Wandale's going to play, I think,
Okay.
as far as I know.
So are you starting all three of those,
No,
or no?
I think Hodgins was somebody that was interesting if Slayton wasn't going to play.
Okay. I agreed. Yeah, because I saw a lot of people picking up Hodgins, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know
And
about that
it
one.
was because no one knew what was going on with Slayton yet.
Right.
And then it got announced today that he's not on the injury report.
And I mean, Winston slings it, so he might be, and they might go down by a bunch, and so they might just have some garbage time points. So, in an emergency break glass situation, I guess I can see you using Winston in an emergency. I wouldn't want to because I do expect this to be a bit of a blowout, but we all know how Winston slings it, and if he gets 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, good on you, brother. Like fantasy wise, like we're gonna enjoy.
He's
that,
somebody you could turn to this weekend if he's available.
if you have to.
He's going to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, because they got no running game right now either. Yeah,
Well,
Giants are just.
So Detroit is number 1 against the run.
Oh wow.
Well, against in fantasy, they're allowing the least amount of points to running backs in fantasy.
And as the
is another
Giants, you have no running backs. Like, so do you even want to run the ball this game?
So
why would you?
To be fair, Tracy has had over 70 yards in the last 2 games.
Okay.
But I wouldn't want to start him this weekend. I wouldn't.
No, thank you.
I did do it last weekend, and all signs pointed to not doing it, and he didn't score, which was what I was hoping would happen.
Right.
But he did have over 80 yards rushing and caught 4 passes for over 40 yards.
Okay. So he put up a decent number.
It was,
double digit, low double
almost
digit.
18.
Yeah. Oh
No,
wow.
almost 18 points. Yeah, it was 17 something.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, he had a really good game. Yes, quietly, and he's going to get work. People were the thing that you needed to be worried about with Tracy, and Tracy's an interesting player because he has a fantastic playoff schedule. I think it's Atlanta, Carolina, Washington.
Okay.
It's really good. There's a couple of guys that are like that. Like I have, and I'm cherry picking guys that are on my roster right now, but him and Trey Benson. When Trey Benson gets back, he has a really good playoff schedule as well.
New England running backs have great.
Yes, it's insane.
Yeah.
The New England schedule is insane. It's better than
Yeah, I was all over Ramondre Stevenson. I got him everywhere, and now all of a sudden Henderson's coming on. I'm
popped.
just
Yeah.
like, you son of a-
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was one of those. Yeah, Brian's had a few of those little chinks in the armor, because he had so he's been riding high on Jonathan Taylor and CMC all year long, but he also he was the guy that got Quentin Johnston off the waiver wire for like $2 at or something like that.
No, I drafted him.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure I drafted him.
I don't think so, man. I think
I think it was one of my $1 receivers or something like that. But
it's possible.
I could be
But
wrong. On
I
that,
think
but
somebody paid.
That's what I thought.
I think somebody actually paid more than that in the draft,
and then dropped him.
and then dropped him.
That's possible.
Um,
Like honestly,
But
receivers is something that you want your two. Like if you're in a 3 receiver league, you want 2 badass wide receivers. And then honestly, just the way draft goes and stuff, you're just gonna have to. Your third wide receiver is
no
gonna
one
be
drafted
weak,
him.
and you just have to look for him.
waivers September 9th, $3.
Okay. Right on.
$3
$3
off the waiver. So, and then he also is the Jake Ferguson manager and Garrett Wilson, and so he was having some monstrous weeks, back to back to back, and I told you that if I were you, I would have traded high on Quentin Johnston. Who else did I tell you to sell high on? I did sell it. Well, I'm the guy that ended up trading for George Pickens, but I might have actually just been wrong about George Pickens. His numbers are kind of insane.
No, they've been great, and like I say, and I got Drake London out of the deal, which I was thrilled about last week, and this week I'm just like, oh my god, please come back and play this year.
I think London's going to come back and be a beast for you.
I hope.
But if I were you, I would be worried about Johnston and Wilson and Jake Ferguson. Those are all guys I'd be very worried
Well,
about.
I know I backed up Ferguson, and anyway. There's always something.
But yeah, Giants going down big time. Let's move on.
All right. So we just talked about Giants in Detroit. So next up is Vikings at Green Bay. Let me just find their lines. Vikings is plus 6.5. Over under is 41.5. Plus 235 if you're betting on the Vikings. Minus 290 if you're betting on the Packers. And I'm betting on the Packers.
And this one's in Green Bay.
It is in Green Bay.
So, and the Vikings, I'm sorry. It really does appear that J.J. McCarthy might be as bad as I said he was.
That's quite possible. It's quite possible.
He looks so bad right now. He's got.
He almost looks as bad as Cam Ward, I know, but just got to throw that out there.
It's. I feel like he's not. You must not be watching because
Cam Ward?
Cam Ward has at least a couple of passes per game where you're like, that was really, really good. And J.J. McCarthy doesn't do that. J.J. McCarthy has a couple of passes per game where you're like, oh, thank God. He got it there. and everything else. And the thing is, for me, is like I was ready to be wrong about him. Mm-hmm. But this is everything that I saw in his Michigan tape. It's the same. He has a strong arm. He has pocket presence. He has the ability to scramble. He is unbelievably inaccurate. Every single pass is a bullet pass. He only has one speed coming out of his arm, and he needs to fix it. It's it surprises me that at this point he doesn't seem to have more touch throwing the football.
Right.
That spending that much time with the quarterback guru that is Kevin O'Connell, that he doesn't seem to have progressed throwing the football. He still looks raw.
And all the talk about the last couple of weeks is that he's changing his throwing motion. He's changing this and that. And so it's a work in progress and blah, blah, blah. And no, I agree. Like, you expect him to be farther along. And I mean, look at Minnesota. Like, they let Sam Darnold go.
I swear to God,
How do they have to feel about that? Right now?
Well, I don't know. At the last 2 weeks, I'm not sure you'd be wanting to pick up Darnold either. What's he got? Like 7 interceptions the last 2 weeks?
Oh, is that bad?
He had 4 against LA.
But honestly, LA is becoming one of those teams.
Mm-hmm. But no,
they're
Darnold
one of those 4 or 5
like
inevitable playoff teams.
Who was the other team that he had all the turnovers?
You got to feel good about that.
Arizona. He threw multiple picks against Arizona too, if I'm not mistaken.
What really makes me feel good about it is just, we could talk about it more when the game comes up, but just the games that they should be winning that people normally would get wrong, like playing San Francisco and stuff like that. Like, they're winning.
Last week was close. If the Seahawks had another 15 seconds, and were able to run another play, and get that, and
that's why you got to score touchdowns
and make that a 50-yard kick.
I've been on plenty
instead of a 60-yard kick.
I've been on the other end of that for a couple of years, where it's like, dude, come on, you got to score touchdowns. You can't be kicking field goals. So, and now it's on the other side of that. So it's like, oh, thank God. 3 touchdowns is all. And we'll talk about it when we get there. So I'm picking Green Bay.
I'm going to take Green Bay as well.
And oh, you're really thinking about Minnesota.
I am really thinking about
the Vikings. Let me down last week. I really thought that McCarthy was going to settle down.
I did too.
Play a decent game.
And
the last thing I was going to say about it is like, if I was a Vikings fan, I would rather see him throwing interceptions. That's awesome. I would rather see him throwing interceptions from like trying to be too perfect with a pass than watching him just airmail balls over and over and over again.
All right, let's move on to this game
because it feels like he's not getting any closer.
So,
this next game's a good one.
Colts versus KC. Colts plus 3.5. Over under is 50.5. Plus 154 if you're betting on the Colts. Minus 185 if you're betting on the Chiefs. This is at Kansas City.
Brian's got to be picking the Chiefs because you got him to win the division. Right, Brian? You picking the Chiefs?
Win probability is 62% Chiefs. I am going Colts.
I'm going Colts.
Okay. I figured you guys would, and I'm going to take another opportunity for a lone wolf here. Woo.
Wow.
And here's why.
See, I thought this would be my lone
And,
wolf.
I'm going to tell you what this is.
No, because I don't believe in the Chiefs.
The most interesting
believe in the
statistic
Colts.
that I've heard all week long is that I think it's over the last 20 years, there's been something like 14 instances of a team being 500 or worse playing against a team that's 800 or better, because the Colts have eight wins,
8-2,
right?
8-2.
With
That puts
the
them exactly
team,
at 800,
with the team at 500 or worse being favored. The team at 500 or worse is 14-0 in those games.
Really? That
I'm
is
still picking
a
the Colts.
very off the wall stat, but okay. I'll still take the Colts
So,
there because
yeah.
that's one of those.
I
it
think
doesn't really matter in this situation stats, but
The Chiefs also
interesting
like this
trend,
isn't a,
but
No,
doesn't
the
matter.
Chief, if the Colts were at home, it would be more difficult for me to pick them. The Chiefs are at home. This is gonna this is a situation where like if the Chiefs right now, so they're already not in control of their own destiny. If they were to win out, they would need the Broncos and or Chargers to also lose a certain number of games. They're already in need help mode. They have to start winning now. And one of the hallmarks of the Andy Reid era in Kansas City is that they go on these runs. That it's at some point, like you look at them, like very much.
November's
like,
almost over.
very much like right, but
They would have
November is
about
well, I
to
mean,
have to start their
so Thanksgiving is
I
next
think they would
week.
have started it last week.
They would have,
unfortunately.
yeah, they would have about
You
had to
never
start
know.
the run.
You never know exactly when it starts, and they may not.
For it to be
They
a
may
run?
not. I'm just
For it
saying.
to be a
There's
run?
still 7 games left.
For it to be a run, though.
A run?
Okay, so look,
So 7 games wouldn't be a run to you.
I don't think they would get 7 games.
If they finished 12-5, you wouldn't go, "Wow,
Oh,
the
of
Chiefs
course
went
they
on a
would.
really good run there at the end of the season."
It usually doesn't do that, though.
They do it
No.
a lot, actually.
It usually, because you usually lose a game or two on in that
and-
that last
But
7-week
the
window.
Chiefs have done this where
my
multiple
God.
times in the Andrew Reid
You're better
era,
than this, Ken.
the Chiefs
better
have
than
done
this.
this multiple times in the Andy Reid era,
I'm disappointed.
whether it was Mahomes or not Mahomes, where they have finished the season with win streaks longer than 7 games.
Did
Longer than
Kansas
7
City
games.
lose last week?
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the week before that they won, right?
Yeah, they dominated the Lions. The week
They
before that.
they just smoked the Lions, right?
Right.
And everybody jumped right back on KC. Like they were a garbage team at the beginning of the season. They're a garbage team now. They had one great game against Detroit.
Well,
one
here's
team
the
they
thing
should have
is
lost.
I think they
Oh,
have
I don't think they're a garbage team at all.
Yeah, their schedule becomes a lot more favorable after this
The
week.
thing that
if I
surprises
remember
After
me-
this week.
Right.
After this week.
I think they lose this week.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think they lose this week.
I don't think the Colts are that good.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm still there. I'm still there. That's still where I'm at. Like I can see very vividly like the horrendous performance they put on in Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago. And
I could see KC winning. Like, don't get me wrong.
They're going
I could
to.
see them winning, but not like start consistently winning. That's not going to happen.
I could
They're going to
definitely
have
see it.
these sparks of life where everybody's going to jump on the wagon again, and then they're going to taper off, and they're going to have these sparks of life, and they're going to taper off. So
Honestly, it just feels like
It surprises
the
me that
Colts
they
are
didn't-
that good this year.
I don't know
Like,
if the Jets were
Colts-
just-
the Colts have been on like this.
If you-
unbelievable- like,
so if
they
you were the
just
Chiefs,
look
let me-
good.
if you
as
were
a
the-
strong, just a strong team.
I don't think they're that good, actually. I think they're extremely inconsistent on defense and on offense. Daniel Jones is to me is very much like Sam Darnold.
Yes, they're
where
practically the same player. I
you
agree
just
there.
don't know. You think you might know, and then
Well,
every
you
once in a while,
know-
the bad version of them
You
shows
know
up.
as long as you know what the pocket's going to look like. If the pocket's going to look halfway decent,
And look at
they're going to be fine.
And the thing is just before that Steelers game, everyone was talking about Jonathan Taylor for MVP or was it Daniel Jones? And it's like, no, it's neither of them. It's the offensive line. And then the Steelers just melted their offensive line all day long in
Yeah.
that game, and
Crazy. I loved it.
it was great. It was fantastic.
No,
and the thing is like, if you look at the Colts schedule, they've played a lot of bad teams. They've already played Tennessee twice. It is a very, very soft schedule. So I'm just not convinced. This would go a long way towards convincing me that the Colts are a legitimate contender to get to, say, at least the AFC Championship game. Right now, I don't see it. Right now, to me, they're still a team that, in order for them to get to the divisional round, they need to get the 1 seed.
Whoo, baby. And I'll tell you something that I had not looked at was their rest of schedule.
It's tough.
Look at the rest of schedule. Like, it is nothing but playoff teams
Yeah.
or potential playoff
Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Colts. They've got Kansas City, then Houston, then Jacksonville, who's a playoff team at this point.
Actually, I
was kicking myself for not picking them
I'll say
last
this
week,
right
dude.
now. After last night, I think Houston's going to win this division.
Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville again, and Houston again.
Yep.
That is a rough freaking schedule.
And it starts with KC.
Wow. Yeah. 3, 4,
Off their
5,
bye.
6, 7.
So they
So,
have.
and coming off their bye, which is why I give them a much better chance against KC. Like that's something.
And I got to say that was the most surprising thing. So that about this whole Chiefs season, the most surprising thing to me is that their offense just didn't roll last week after coming off of a bye. That's been for 20 plus years. That's been Andy Reid's hallmark. Whether he was with the Eagles and didn't matter who he had, or with the Chiefs and it didn't matter who he had, Andy Reid off a bye is the worst possible scenario that your team could be going into. And the Chiefs just didn't really. They haven't looked special really on offense yet, and that has been surprising to me, because their weapons are back.
yeah.
With
they're at full strength.
like Pacheco, I've never really been in love with Isaiah Pacheco. Like,
and he's not what he was at his peak last year.
right, and
You know
to
what I
me
mean?
it
Once-
was
since
to me
he's
it was
gotten
more
hurt,
of
he
a
hasn't come back.
volume and opportunity thing. Like, he was getting scoring opportunities and
it
he was
just
just
the way
getting
he
all the work,
ran and everything
which
else.
was
It-
comical. Like, people like.
But it was effective. But
Right.
since the injury, it hasn't. It's just not the same.
And that kind of happens, like if he might end up just being like just a guy.
He feels like just a guy.
At this point, it does. Like,
Absolutely.
he's going to have to come back and
He's-
be
yeah,
special.
like
in
next
order
year,
to
he's
change
gonna be
that-
nothing.
Change that narrative.
Yeah.
But and
He'll be
and
gone.
I'm glad that we got there, because how did the Chiefs not give up a third rounder to get Breece Hall?
I don't get that either.
Like that, apparently,
Like, if they're
apparently
serious
that was
about
the
a Super Bowl run this
apparently
year-
that was the asking price on Breece Hall.
And I heard that, and I was like, "Well, give it to him."
How did you not do that? Yeah,
Right.
We'll
Give
give
it
you two. We'll
Yeah,
give you
like-
2/3.
like,
you
you
can have
were-
this one and the next one.
You were going for a fourth. They wouldn't go for it, and at the deadline, it's like, all right, they win. You get a third. But now you get an actual freaking running back for your team that you want to go to the Super Bowl.
a pass catching running back
Like,
too.
a huge- like-
him. Can you imagine him and Mahomes?
Look at the difference when they got Rice back. When they got Rice back, look how much better that offense was. Imagine if you have Hall and Rice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the other pieces are.
And then there's still
Like,
Travis
it
Kelce on the team.
amazed- It amazed me that they didn't.
Yeah, when I
that
saw
trade.
that price tag, that was my first thought: was how did the Chiefs not pull the trigger?
a late third round for a
Dude,
chance at
you
the
are
Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, you've
Like,
got a
what the
30.
F?
You got a 36-year-old Travis Kelce. You've got Chris Jones on the other side of 30. Like, this is a team that's windows
It's
closing.
Now, it's now
There's-
or never.
yes.
You won't give up a third rounder.
That's crazy.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you look at the if I was a Chiefs fan, the first thing that I would have done is look at like the last 10 third round picks we've made and see which one of them is better than Breece Hall.
Exactly.
That's such a great way of looking at it.
Well, I mean, that was like when the Cowboys were trading Micah Parsons. Like, if it had been me, I would not have given him up for less than 3 firsts, which is essentially what they got out of him. I mean, actually, that trade has just become very, very good for the Cowboys, because at this point they've turned it into a first round pick, Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark.
No, that wasn't a bad trade.
It's worked out really
they,
well. But
they got
the reason
value
that
out of it.
that you get multiple firsts and stuff like that for guys like this is because that's what it takes to replace them. That's how many picks you're going to have to make before you find another person that makes that level of impact. And Breece Hall is a first round level talent.
I was hoping he went.
So the fact that he didn't go for when all they were asking for was a third is just it's crazy to me how undervalued running backs are, and they are, in my opinion, undervalued because the teams that are successful have good ones,
Yeah.
and the teams that aren't successful can't run the football.
You can't pass the ball because you can't run the ball.
So to me, it is crazy because the NFL protects quarterbacks, and the reason you protect quarterbacks is because you're worried about the quality of football going down when they get hurt. The same thing happens with running backs. And in a lot of situations, it's worse. Like the drop off from like Christian McCaffrey, and I mean, it depends. Like I was about to say McCaffrey to the next guy, but he's now, if he was in Carolina, that was true. But, now that he's in San Francisco, he's kind of insulated by being in the Shanahan system, which is just running back friendly. So that's a bad example. But what happens if Jonathan Taylor was to get injured? Are the Colts? The Colts might be unwatchable.
I wouldn't mind if Taylor got injured.
So they
or CMC.
So there's no.
Take Brian down.
So my point in saying that is that to me, the fact that running backs have shorter lifespans and get injured doesn't make them less valuable. It makes them more valuable. And it makes the best ones even more valuable. And so it's crazy to me that a guy as talented as Breece Hall I think he's 24. And he's
It's too bad he's on that Jets team.
It is. It sucks. And that's
many players?
And that's the really sad thing about it is so if a quarterback gets drafted to a bad situation, let's say he's a really talented quarterback, that happened to Baker Mayfield, happened to Sam Darnold. They get drafted really high. They wash out at the first destination because it's a dumpster fire, But they get to turn around their careers and then turn into, and it's maybe it's a little slower than the Tom Brady story, but they eventually are making top dollar and are performing at the top of their game, whereas these running backs, they get trapped into these bad situations.
I kind of want something else.
And by the time they're
I don't know what I want though.
By the time they are free of this bad situation, they're too old.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. Kirk Cousins, who drafted him first?
Redskins.
Okay, so the Redskins draft Kirk Cousins
the same year they drafted RG3.
And okay, so when they draft him,
round 4.
He was a round 4 pick.
Yeah, Cousins. Yeah.
God bless to Cousins, man.
because
Dude,
Yeah, him and Dak balling out.
so
4th round pick made $400 million, dude.
so
Dak's
so
gonna make more than that.
did the Redskins franchise tag him? Didn't they franchise tag him like 3 times? Once?
Just once.
No, twice.
I don't think.
Twice.
No, the second time they ended up trading him to Minnesota. That was when they traded him.
Only 2 times.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure he went to Minnesota in 2017
No, because they didn't trade him. They franchised him twice.
and then let him
And
go.
then they let him go, and he went to Minnesota. And signed
I
a
think
superstar.
Brian's right.
Yes, this is why he's made so much money. It was just like the contract.
Because they were
worked out
talking about
perfect
if
for him.
they franchise tagged him a 3rd time,
Yes.
how much it
And
was gonna be.
It was so astronomical they couldn't. do it.
You might be right because he got
I'm pretty
drafted
sure
in
I am on
2012. So his first free agent year would have been 2016. No, because I'm pretty sure he went to Minnesota in 2017. I'm pretty sure he only played 5 years in Washington.
What I was getting at though is, has there been a quarterback that's like, nope, I'm not signing with you. Nope, I'm not signing with you. After they got drafted, not signing the extension.
Eli Manning. Eli
Manning.
So Eli Manning got drafted to the Chargers.
No. After that, so I started with this team.
Oh,
I am not signing an extension, and then eventually get.
Because
No?
the reason is because
I was just wondering if it's ever happened. Not so
I'm
much the
trying to-
reason
so-
why it hasn't, but just if it
I'm
has.
trying to. I cannot think of a situation where a quarterback was deserving of like top dollar, and the team was unwilling and to pay.
No, yeah.
Or let me finish. Or the quarterback was unwilling to accept. I cannot.
Right.
I can't think of a situation
And-
like that.
and the
The
reason
only
why-
one that comes to mind, the only one I can think of is Drew Brees, because Drew, like, if you don't
Sure.
remember, what happened with Drew Brees was that at the very end of their last game of the season, and they weren't making the playoffs, he like took a sack and got on a stupid scramble and injured his shoulder, and had to have surgery on his throwing shoulder, and doctors did not give him no doctor would give him a confirmation that he was going to regain the strength necessary to play football.
Yeah.
And the only two teams that were willing to sign him were Miami and New Orleans, and that's the only that's the
So
only
it
situation
wasn't
I can
because
think
of a holdout, though.
It wasn't because of a holdout. Like,
And the only reason why I asked that
and
is
it's always,
because,
and
like,
it's always been on the team side. Like, so the team, they had already drafted Phillip Rivers, so they were ready to move on from Drew Brees. They were, it was okay with them. And then when Manning got had that neck surgery, and he missed the entire 2011 season, and then the Colts moved on from him, even though and Peyton Manning had like 2 more All-Pro seasons afterwards, and went to 2 more Super Bowls.
yeah, but that was after the rookie contract. And
That's what you're talking about, though, right? You're
I'm talking about like
gets to the end of the rookie contract and refuses to sign.
Well, yeah,
That's
the
what you're saying,
extension,
right?
the extension, yeah.
Right. And so like, so essentially, what you're saying is quarterback balls out, then refuses to re-sign with team
Yeah.
because otherwise it just doesn't fit. Because if the quarterback doesn't play well, then there's no reason to like.
Well,
What does it matter if he doesn't want to be there anymore? They probably don't want him either.
Well, the thing is, like, I just feel like circling all the way back now to why I brought it up in the first place is because all these quarterbacks who don't get a chance to be on a great team because of the draft pick always take the money.
Oh yes,
They always take the money.
Yeah, but all the players do. It's
Look at the
just
jersey he's
general.
wearing.
Like, look at yeah.
It was lightning in a bottle season that he had, and he should have never
Oh no, I
never
think,
extended the contract
no,
with the Bengals.
I don't agree with that statement.
Okay, because they're going to win Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know that they're going to win a Super Bowl. They might not. But like I said,
I guess he doesn't want to win one.
but like I said, Joe Burrow might be this generation's Dan Marino, where he is the best quarterback, and he refuses to leave the city that he's in because they drafted him. And there's and to me, that's honorable.
well,
Like Dan,
I think
like that because Dan Marino could have left Miami.
there's certain organizations that are lightning in the bottle organizations.
There were
They're-
opportunities for
they're-
him to leave.
Carolina,
And, like,
I've said it.
not
Carolina was one of
necessarily
them.
want to,
you
but-
know, and they got to a Super Bowl one time.
But Cincinnati's been
That's true.
Cincinnati is a team that used to win. It's been a long time, but
so are the Browns.
Man.
Browns were a team that used to win.
exactly, and it's around the same time frame in terms of how long.
I was going to say both of those were in the 1900s, though. That's the problem.
1950s,
Last century.
not even
Last
just
century.
the 1900s. We're
Yeah.
talking about pre-Super Bowl era,
Right.
When
So-
these franchises. But
So that almost doesn't matter.
I'm
you know what
just
I mean?
saying,
it's
like,
not in the last
hey,
20, 30 years.
hey,
or
And
something.
I'm just saying
listen.
that these quarterbacks can hold out
he could
and be like,
And
I'm
Joe-
going to wait. Thank you very much. You know, I'll wait for a better team. Franchise tag me 1 or 2 years. I'm
but-
waiting for that better team.
And I also
They
think
don't
that
move-
there's
they don't do
there's
it.
something to be
No,
said.
they take the money.
Take the money.
I don't think it's just taking the money though. I also because you gotta.
I don't feel bad
Well,
for him.
the
That's all
home
I'm saying.
team is usually the best money they can get, though, too.
There's
Like
that.
there's different things that like that's the most
also-
money that can be offered. Like
but then-
it's very rare that
but
another
also
team can offer
also
more.
think about what. Think about.
All I'm
the-
saying is it's several teams.
Oh my god.
It sucks.
Here I'm
but
gonna,
it's not like they couldn't just not
I
sign the
am
extension.
going to- here.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow right now, real quick.
Real quick.
Do you guys remember? Yeah, seriously, I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow right now.
Okay, yeah,
and
let's do
I'm gonna answer this why it doesn't happen. Okay.
Yeah, no, because the money.
Do you remember?
Did we? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
You're being like weird tonight.
I'm not. I'm just not letting you talk over me. That's
No,
all.
I'm not trying to talk over you. You're talking over me.
I have to sometimes.
But I'm sometimes, but I'm not even able to get out 5 words
I'm
before you're
letting
talking
you right
over me
now.
tonight.
I'm letting you right now.
Oh, okay. Anyway, do you remember 2010, the LeBron James decision?
Yes.
How'd that work out for him, PR wise?
Oh, awful.
It has. He's never recovered PR wise. He completely divided his like the fans of basketball between people who agreed with it and disagreed with it, and the people who disagreed with it have like it has forever. It immediately no one people won't say this. People will use arguments, statistical arguments, even though there are so many ways that you can make a statistical argument that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever, and they will try and make statistical arguments as to why Michael Jordan is a better player, but really what it comes down to is he didn't fucking quit on his city. That's really what it comes down to. Is LeBron James quit on Cleveland and he jumped ship and he went and he went. So let me finish.
There's a lot of arguments.
I'm not done.
Agree and do.
So the rest of his career, he became a title chaser. And so that's
LeBron.
Yes.
Okay.
And so if you are let's say you're like a top 5 talented quarterback, but you're Joe Burrow and you're stuck in Cincinnati, you have 2 options. You can leave and be that guy.
Nah, I don't. I would forgive the first one.
I don't. The fans didn't. The fans didn't. No one. They have not forgiven LeBron James for the decision.
My brother is one of those guys.
They've not forgiven him.
He's jumped multiple teams multiple times.
And all that did was validate all of the people who weren't going to forgive him.
And for me,
It
it's
just
like
made-
it made me have more respect for him. It's like, okay, like this guy.
More
is this
respect for
good.
LeBron?
Yes.
Oh no, not to me.
Oh yeah, no. I'm like this guy is this good that he's
okay. So you didn't pay attention to what was happening then, because what happened every single time was he ran a stretch with a core of players, and then as they started to fall off, he left. And he did it multiple times. He did it in Cleveland, where he had the same core of players for a couple of years. They weren't able to get it done. They weren't able to get past Boston, and then he left to Miami. And then Miami, Chris Bosh got sick. Like he had some sort of illness that came up and that really took down his career. Like he was never the same guy again. And Dwayne Wade just kind of got old, and so LeBron fucking split. And when he split, he didn't just go to another team and just play with that team. He put together another super team. Like they had Kyrie Irving, who was in his I think he was 23 years old, had been the number 1 overall pick when LeBron left the first time. And then they had also brought in Kevin Love, who was a 26-year-old budding superstar power forward. And they built a new super team in Cleveland. And then when he went to LA after those guys got old and injured, he did it again. And they stole Anthony Davis. So it's the same thing. It's been the same over and over and over. So you could do, and that's why people don't do it, is because every time LeBron does it, it diminishes the overall story of LeBron's career.
I wish that was the reason. I don't think it is. I don't think that's the reason why players don't do that. First of all,
I think
basketball's not football.
for sure.
Basketball, the league is ran by the players. NFL, the league is still ran by the teams.
By the owners, for sure.
And there is no position other than the quarterback that doesn't hop teams. Quarterback's like the only position.
You're right. You're right.
It's the only one.
But to me, that's a big reason why.
So I, as a fan, would forgive a quarterback that said, "That's not the team I originally wanted to play on. Give me that's why I'm not going to sign an extension, because I want fair market value and I want a title. This organization does not want titles."
I don't believe anybody that does that.
I would say one time.
I don't either. I'm just I honestly
One time. Stafford's a freaking prime example of it.
I didn't.
He just survived. He just happened to survive.
And then
that.
he had a lucky break with McVay. No, it was he's one of those hard workers that just happened to work out for you.
And he just survived. He had to survive years. I think I just saw a stat. Like, he just got in the 500 column off that last win.
He just got over 500 for the first time
obviously,
in his
I'm
career.
rooting for the Steelers this year, but like I'm kind of like secretly rooting for the Rams, man. I think you guys.
I can
Yeah,
get
like
that.
the
I
team.
can get that.
Yeah, you guys
like
are
it.
good.
I like it.
You're fun to watch. I really like Sean McVay. Like, I'm a big
I
fan.
hope he keeps coaching for a long time. So, are we on the Seahawks, or did we call
do
that
it.
already?
So we were on the Colts and
we-
Chiefs, and we just like went on tangents.
Yeah, big one.
Lots and lots.
Next up is Seahawks at the Titans. Seahawks are minus 12.5. Over under is 40.5. Minus 900 if you beat on the Seahawks. Plus 600 if you're betting on the Titans.
This,
Now,
now
no Whataburger yet.
No, nobody.
Whataburger, you're disappointing.
One
me,
of the
bro.
I know, right? One of the things I notice about this week is people have given up on their leagues, and we get less questions.
this is the week where a lot of teams have been like eliminated from playoff contention.
I really thought Whataburger would come on this. Like, okay, sorry, just he offered me Jamar Chase
Oh, he's finally wanting to give up Chase, huh?
for McCaffrey, and it was just kind of a interesting
Yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't do it.
discussion. I'm not.
It feels like a lateral move at best.
It
At
is
best.
kind of lateral, but I
feels-
guess the
like,
one
it feels-
it feels lateral. The
worried
one
about
thing that was
injuries-
injury was the one thing.
Like, here's the thing. That's
And with Burrow
that would
coming
be
back.
so like if you're putting together a pros and cons list, right? Like the pros and cons on each player.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only con on McCaffrey would be potential injury.
That's true, too.
Right? Whereas on the Bengals side, like right now, as of this moment, we don't know if Burrow is playing this weekend.
We think
What
he is,
happens?
but we don't know yet.
What happens if they lose? What happens if he doesn't play this weekend and they lose? Does he play next week at all?
Who are you?
We're not sure. So then we don't know who's like. And Joe, we know that Joe Flacco is hurt. He hurt his throwing shoulder against the Steelers, and he was awful afterwards. And that we don't like. We were happy to have Joe Flacco for a little bit because he was an upgrade over Jake Browning. But then, do you want to go back to Jake Browning? And then, so then you could have Jake Browning as the quarterback for Jamar Chase. Is that what you want? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just not the player injury; it's the player around.
And
injury,
I'm like, I have been trying to trade him for Jamar Chase, but I would not give up CMC to do it.
Yeah.
I would I've been trying to trade him
I don't think you give up CMC.
McConkey and a couple of starters.
Jonathan Taylor.
is what I've been trying to do.
Would you already have Jonathan Taylor?
right. But I'm just saying, like that's the other player. But
I gave up CMC and Pickens
What, straight up?
to get Bijan and McConkey a couple of weeks ago, and like it's funny because it's gone like not. Normally those things only go negative for you when the players themselves get injured, but the situations around McConkey and Bijan have gotten so bad in the last couple
I
of
was
weeks
gonna say
it looks
that was
really.
a lateral move because like that it's
I
a very
was wor-
fair
so
lateral
CD
move.
had not come back yet.
It's just a matter of
CD
who you have more faith in, and
Right,
sometimes you
and
get unlucky.
So, well, at the time that this was happening, Ladd was coming off of having 10 plus targets in 3 straight weeks, and CD Lamb was about to come back. And to me, it was like it feels kind of like a lateral move between CMC and Bijan, but I removed that injury risk factor that I'm worried about with Bijan. And also the schedule is insane for Bijan, where it's not very good for McCaffrey. McCaffrey is one of those guys that's kind of just schedule proof. You really don't. You don't even look at it. You just don't care.
Yeah, Purdy coming back and Kittle in there.
You just don't care with McCaffrey what his schedule is. But for other players, you do. And Bijan's a really talented player who has an extremely soft schedule the rest of the way. But things happen. So, and you just got to live with it. And I'm going to take the Seahawks to crush the Titans.
Me too.
Good thing the Rams beat Titans or Seahawks last week because they're going to keep winning. Yeah, so I'm picking Seahawks. Next up is Jacks at Arizona. Let me find their game. We're finally in the afternoon games here. Jax at Arizona. Jacksonville minus 2.5. Over under is 47.5. Minus 148 if you're betting on the Jags. Plus 124 if you're betting on the Cardinals. Poor Cardinals. Why is this game only minus 2.5, Ken?
It's because Jackson.
It's in Arizona. It's because it's in Arizona, and
I would have took an answer from either one.
Weird things happen there. But
Well, and it's not just that. It's that Jacksonville has been so inconsistent all year.
I don't think
Wh-
so.
No, totally. Like, look at the record. Like, whenever they're supposed
What
to
is the
win,
record?
they lose. Whenever they're supposed to
6-4?
lose, they win. It's just,
Yeah, them and
they are a weird freaking team.
them and the Panthers are like
Yes,
are the same
yes,
right now.
exactly.
Go
Those
figure.
two
Like,
teams-
those two
You
teams.
yeah, it is funny. Came in the league together.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, you almost whatever you say about them is going to be wrong.
Yes,
We can
every week.
Well, I'm
Every
picking
week.
Jax.
And then the next week comes by and it's like, I was right the other week.
Yeah.
God dang it! Like, yes, no,
It's like, yeah, they're both teams that
Like-
are better than we thought they were coming into the season, I think, but don't have any business playing past maybe the first round of the playoffs. Like, if they get there,
Just because
it-
default they were there.
if they get there, it'll be a great season, you know. And so I could like
I feel like Jacksonville thinks they can
this
win.
is
though.
this is a game that I could see the Jaguars losing for sure.
Yeah.
The Cardinals defense is legit. The Cardinals
And-
defense is actually really good. Brissett has been playing good
and
football.
that's funny. Like, Brissett has been playing so well, and I think it's cost Kyler Murray's job. Like,
wow, this-
Brissett has looked so good. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to keep Brissett. I think they're going to get rid of
Yes,
Kyler.
I agree.
Like, they're just like, okay, this guy is not our franchise quarterback. Brissett has just proved this backup quarterback, this career backup quarterback, has just come in, outplayed, and just proven
Now,
that
to be fair,
Kyler Murray
Jake
is not a
Brisket
number one.
is a professional quarterback, and like if you remember, like the
He
way
is a top
Do you
10
remember-
number 2 quarterback.
do you remember how his career started?
What are we talking about?
Brisket.
Jacoby Brissett.
He was drafted to the Patriots,
Like number 3.
and the Patriots
He was
already
number 3,
had
right?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he was. No. I
he
mean,
was
like
their
he was
third
third
string.
string.
Oh, okay.
He was
okay.
drafted to the Patriots. Tom Brady had that suspension from Deflategate,
Deflategate.
and yeah, that's it's funny. Anyway,
don't get into that.
and then Garoppolo played one.
here another 2 hours.
Garoppolo got injured like the second game into that 4-game suspension.
Are you done?
I'm going to have one more.
I'm
Then
good.
I'll do one more.
I'm gonna drive. I'm good. And so Jacoby Brissett came in and took over, and led them to 2 victories as a rookie. You know,
'Cause I remember everybody being like, "How do they have 3 starter quarterbacks?"
startable quarter. Yeah, yes. It's like other teams can't figure out one, and the Patriots can they can throw out 3 different guys, and it doesn't matter. They're still gonna beat you. But he's somebody who showed up day one, like, and has played solid football. So it doesn't surprise me that he's playing better than Kyler Murray.
Yeah. No, yeah. He just because he went to what? Did he go to Carolina? Who did he go to when he left the Patriots?
Brissett went to the Colts, I think.
The Colts. I thought it was a more terrible franchise than that. I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I
straight
think
from
you're
that.
right.
I think they traded him there. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Colts traded for him.
I think maybe the Colts were just in a bad spot.
It was after Andrew Luck just kind of randomly retired.
There was no random about it. Colts weren't ready to win. He was getting beat up, and he was just like, "I'm out of here."
Smart dude, really smart dude.
Another guy.
He still would like he was
Another guy that got wasted.
from this. He's from the same draft year as Russ. Like he's I think he's a year older than Russell Wilson. No, actually no. Russ was 23 when he got drafted, so I think they're the same age. So he's 36. Like he'd still be playing at an elite level if he was in the NFL.
and didn't get drafted by
And
the
it's-
Colts
Yeah.
in a rebuild time.
Yeah, I mean, he was really fun to watch too. I just saw a replay of that.
We're all picking Jacksonville.
Yes, my heart wants to pick the Cardinals because I really like what Jacoby Brissett's been doing, but no Marvin Harrison Jr.
This has
The
got
running- running back situation's a mess.
This has got to be like the second, third, fourth season in a row where like 3 out of the 4 NFC West teams are going to be playoff bound. Yeah. There was even one season in there where all 4 of them were in the picture for a hot week or two.
No,
and then one of them fell off.
I think I remember the year you're talking about, and I actually think the Cardinals and Seahawks knocked each other. I think the Cardinals knocked the Seahawks out of the. It was only one of them could get in, and they played each other in the last week, and then the Cardinals got in, and no, am I remember? I think they had to play the Cowboys that year in the wild card.
It just feels like every season that's like going on in that fucking division, and I want some break. I want a break. Somebody else take some talent. That's all I'm saying. I want the Rams to have a little bit easier path.
You want to? I heard
God
this fan's suggestion to reorganize the divisions in the AFC and create the AFC fourth and put all of the perennial fourth place finishers in the same division. So it'd be like Raiders, Browns, Jets, and and Titans or something like that.
No, along those lines, we had, in our text chain, I had said like NFC is going to win the Super Bowl this year. Like, I don't care what team it is that gets in, the NFC is going to win this year. Like the AFC is just not that impressive this year, in my opinion.
I agree. There's no team there is not a team in the AFC where I'm like, I think because
no, but there's several that you think that could be there.
They're gonna obviously somebody's gonna show up.
But look,
I mean,
going into the season, who are the 3 teams that you would have picked out of the AFC? Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City. Right. How are they doing?
Yeah, but that's the NFL. That's the beauty of the NFL.
But which one of the
So if Indy comes out and wins this week and keeps going on a roll,
but right now, I will take any one of those 3 teams, right? Kansas City, Baltimore, or Buffalo, right? I get one of those 3 teams. You get any other team in the AFC for the AFC Championship game. Are you feeling confident about your chances?
51%.
51%. That's a good response.
Maybe even 52. Yeah, that's dead
right?
serious. Like if one of the
Buffalo,
Kansas City, or
and
Baltimore
at this moment,
gets on
none
a
of
roll
those teams are
in the championship
They're all out.
game. Like if one of those 3 teams gets on a roll to where they are in the championship game, hell yeah, they are going to be formidable. Like you would not want to play them, period.
Right.
Unless you're the NFC.
But that's what I'm saying is that like
who's in the NFC that's like you're like, oh my god.
Eagles are still doing freaking good.
They've shown some serious vulnerabilities. Who else?
Okay.
Rams, obviously.
I disagree with
like
that
the Rams.
statement. I don't think the Eagles have shown serious vulnerabilities. I think they've shown that they aren't a team that if they've shown vulnerability, it's that if you are able to score on them, and nobody has been able to. No one has scored more than 27 points against them.
Okay.
If you are a team that is able to get ahead of them, maybe they won't be able to keep up with you. That is the worst thing that you can say about them.
Okay.
But they play sound football. They play lights out defense, and that trade for Jalen Phillips is not getting talked about enough. They stole Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, and oh my God, I have not ever seen a player like happier to get out of a situation. Because
I can imagine.
He is an excellent player. He is a Pro Bowl, like somewhere between Pro Bowl and All Pro level player, and he's been added to an Eagles defensive line that was already good.
Already amazing. No.
So the Eagles, the Packers, and the Rams in the NFC to me. All 3 of those teams, I could see getting
Packers.
to the
You
Super
still
Bowl.
put the Packers.
Yeah, the
See,
defense.
The Eagles have shown all these vulnerabilities. The Packers have not looked good recently.
The Packers defense. When
like
you play defense
the Rams
like that,
look like the
when you play
the
defense
class
like-
of the NFC. They really do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but they lost the Eagles.
They did.
But they,
I'm just
but they lost
saying.
No, they
I'm
did.
just saying they.
and that's
And-
why I'm
and
saying
straight
I
up-
think it's still a toss-up, man. I
And
don't
straight
see
up,
how you
in
think
the
NFC
playoffs,
is a
I'm not
team.
worried about the Eagles. I'm
Right.
worried about Seahawks or the 49ers. I am not even worried about the Eagles
which is probably
And then
one of your
that-
first.
and that's another thing is you've
that's
got-
probably your first playoff.
You've got the
game.
49ers, even with all the even with all the injuries that the 49ers have had, like they're still
Well, they're coming back from all those injuries. That's the thing.
on offense. True.
I feel
On
like
defense, they're not.
I feel like if and maybe we should talk about it when we get there. But I feel like if the Rams and they're both on the other side, so it could very well be what happens, right? Eagles are number 1, Rams are number 2 right now. So if that does happen, I very, very well feel like the Rams can make Jalen Hurts outball Matthew Stafford.
Put him
and so
put him in a
therefore-
position where he has to, where it's Stafford versus Hurts,
And therefore,
and that's advantage Rams.
yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say if that's a quarterback battle,
Yeah,
like that's advantage Matt Stafford by a
Yes.
lot.
right. I agree.
So that's and therefore I'm not really worried about the Eagles in playoffs.
But yeah, anyway, that's still a long ways away. There's still
Yeah,
lots of
yeah.
stuff that's going to happen.
As you
Like,
said earlier, there's
we're
still 7 weeks of football.
Right, we're gonna like 4 weeks from now. We could have we could,
So much is
we
gonna
could
change
watch
2
this,
weeks from
this
now.
last 10 minutes of us talking 4 weeks from now and be like, wow,
Morons.
yeah,
Well, I mean, so many injuries are still going to happen.
Oh,
exactly,
dude.
So many injuries are still
exactly.
going to happen.
Right.
And who's gonna step up? And there's just so many factors that you just can't.
Yeah,
pick.
we don't
You
even.
just can't
There
determine.
are players right now that we don't know that are still going to win fantasy
Yep.
championships. Out of nowhere.
Sleepers out there. Is there anybody that picked the Cardinals? I think we all went Jags, right?
No, we all
All
went
Jags.
Jags. I
Okay.
wanted to, but couldn't do it.
Next up is Browns at Raiders. Browns are plus 3.5 with the 35.5 over under. Wow, nobody's got any confidence in these teams. Plus
game.
160 if you're betting on the Browns. Minus 192 if you're betting on the Raiders. I'm going Browns this game.
Don't watch this game. No, you're supposed to be going Raiders, man.
Why? I have
They're
no faith.
64% to win, like according to this
No,
right here.
I'm going to take Shooter Sanders and the Browns.
And I'm about 90% win.
Well, I'm gonna take Cleveland defense in the
Yes.
Browns.
That's
'Cause
right.
I think they're gonna win despite Shooter Sanders, not because of.
I actually think so.
Wait, you think they're still going to start?
No,
They
they are.
have to
They're
start
starting
Sanders.
Sanders.
they have no choice.
I got to rethink this.
Which is why I thought you guys would take the other team. You know what I mean? But I'm taking Cleveland just because of the defense. That Cleveland defense is so damn good. People do not understand how good they are. And I think the defense, the Cleveland defense is going to win it.
The weather
practically on
was
their own.
horrible last weekend, blowing over 30 miles an hour in most of the northeastern part of the United States, where the Browns and Ravens were playing last week. And
Remind me who's coaching the Browns?
Kevin Stefanski.
He's a pretty decent coach.
Yeah,
really.
he's been good. He's been
he's good.
he's been the best coach the Browns have had in my lifetime,
for a while. Yeah.
like since Belichick.
I'm picking the Browns today, but I might switch Sunday.
And that's fine. That's
When I sober
this
up.
is one of those.
actually think
This
I've
is
been
one of
waiting
those
for
coin
this.
flip games for sure.
I already told Roxana that I apologize because she hates the Raiders, and I said we're gonna be watching the Raiders game again this weekend because Shooter Sanders is starting. And she's like, oh, cool.
And he did
Because
so
she
bad.
knows-
He
no,
did so
he did
bad.
do so bad, but he also didn't have any first team reps and was
Yeah.
throwing in 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
So I think with a full week of practice, you can.
his
I'm
head
not
coach
saying
hates
that he's gonna come. I'm not
His head
saying
coach hates him.
that you.
hates him.
I don't think that's based on what.
All the actions throughout the year.
Based
I
on
don't-
him never getting reps on the first string.
I don't. Okay,
I can
and
see. I can see
I
where you're coming
hates
from.
him.
Like I said when the draft happened, this situation with Shedeur Sanders is, to me, is one of the most egregious things I've ever seen out of sports, because
You and Mel Kiper.
I said this. To me, Shedeur Sanders, I would not, based on what you had to pay, draft capital wise,
No.
to get Cam Ward.
Fifth round pick for Shedeur Sanders is
Based on what you had
bargain.
to
I
pay to
agree.
get Cam Ward, I would not have taken Cam Ward at all, and I would have just taken Shedeur Sanders. But I would have assumed that I would have had to take him in the first round, because to me it's not even close in terms of talent between Sanders and any of the other quarterbacks. And that includes Jackson Dart. So, when the draft happened and the Browns took Dylan Gabriel, I think it was something like 45 spots in front of Shadur Sanders. I said, I told Roxana, I was like, I can't believe that the world still operates like this. But because this is like, we're going to get 5 years down the road, and Dylan Gabriel probably won't even be in the league anymore.
Yeah.
And Shadur Sanders is going to be a starting quarterback.
Okay. Like, I haven't seen anything that's given me that conviction of him.
I watched him a lot in college.
Okay.
He has poise.
But
he throws with. Here's the thing that he does that a lot of young quarterbacks don't do. That J.J. McCarthy wishes he could do. He has good mechanics. You're gonna like watch him this weekend. You're gonna like when you watch him in the pocket, he looks like an NFL quarterback. He doesn't get bothered by the rush. He will take a hit and deliver the football. And that is
and he will do that. But will he study during the week to see where that football should be going?
I think he's really smart. I think
it's not smart. It's whether he has the passion. Does he? I
think he does.
Is he willing to study? That seems to be his problem.
Based on what?
Based on his coaches hating him.
I don't think his coaches hate him. I don't think his coaches hate him.
No, all the coaches in the NFL that like he was supposed to be a first round pick and he went to the 5th round. Like
that's not the coaches don't make the selections.
The coaches, there, man.
Based on contrary to popular belief, the coaches don't make very many of the roster decisions. Most coaches don't.
Input. But they have major input.
The only time that you get to a point where you have major input on roster decisions is after you've won multiple Super Bowls. Seriously, those are the only guys that get to do it.
I can kind of believe that.
Those are the only guys that get to do it.
Hard to believe, honestly, because
it's
if you are not giving your head coach,
you should be working together. They should be working together. Sure. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that if you're the coach and you like a guy better than I do, or if I have directives from above me that your liking that player is going to override the directives that have been given to me. And that's I've been watching football for 35 years. And ever since I became a fan of football, I've been tuned into the draft. And I have never seen a player drop like that. Ever. I've never seen that.
And so what do you attribute that to? Like why? Why did that happen?
To me, the only way that's collusion is the answer. The short answer. Collusion is the short answer. Because you have to and the thing is like okay.
But
hold on a second.
Okay, but I got a strong argument on this one.
When we get
and I want to hear it.
Like when I said when we get 5 years down the road and Shadur Sanders is a starting quarterback, what are you going to have? Let's just say that. Let's say I'm right, okay? 5 years from now, starting quarterback, making top dollar.
That changes everything.
Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And at that point, okay, what do you have to say then about how the draft played out? Because you have draft guru Mel Kiper, who's been doing it for 40 years,
and
just pulling his hair out because this kid's not getting drafted.
But every year, the people that actually know say, "Oh my God, Mel Kiper's a freaking moron."
No,
what the
that's
F
not
is this
true.
Guy saying? That's what I see in here.
People say that about everybody
Mel
because
Kiper
everybody
does not have a high reputation, brother.
That's not true.
He does not. Only on ESPN, only because he is their guy. Like, he is not a high reputation guy. Like, people make fun of that mofo for sure. Like, I'm not even a high draft guy. Like, I don't really
people
pay
make fun of
attention
everybody.
after the draft.
Like in the era that we live in, people make fun of everybody. So that's not really a strong argument to me.
That's just
a strong argument would be that somebody respectable makes fun of him, and the people like. So I spent a bunch of time now, and like
Nobody
if-
respectable listens to it.
If you want, if you are just like listening to listening to noise, right? People make fun of everybody.
For
and,
sure.
And everyone, like, we make calls here every week, and some of them are really good, some of them are really bad.
For sure.
And he has made more draft calls than anybody in history. So he's got his more bad calls than anybody
always
in
going to be
history.
wrong. He's always going to be right.
Right.
For sure.
But there's a reason that he got to where he did, and the reason that he held the position for so long. And it's not because he's a moron. It's because he actually does the work. The guy spends the time doing. So if there are people that spent as much time on that subject as him that were criticizing him that way, I would agree with you. But like, I spent a bunch of time listening to it was called the With the First Pick podcast. It was a former Vikings GM, guy who drafted Adrian Peterson and Justin Jefferson. His name escapes me right now, but he had high praise for Mel Kiper at different points. They worked together in the draft process after he left Minnesota. So I'm like those guys too. They had Shadur Sanders as a first round draft pick. What happened with Sanders? Like, it's going to play out on the field.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna find out this week.
We're going to start like it's his first game, so it's a good spot for him to be in playing against the Raiders. Is why I expect him to have instant success. I do. I expect him to go out there and like I said, we were talking about this earlier with fantasy. If you're in a tough spot and you're looking,
We're talking Browns and
you're
Raiders.
in a quarter, like you don't have a quarterback to start. I think Shadur Sanders is good for somewhere between like 15 and 20 points this week.
Wow.
Okay, so how do we bet against that?
You just said it.
I said
15 to 20 points.
So yeah, you want to bet against 15? I'll take it.
Done.
So you think he's going to have sub 15 points in in our league
And full
Okay.
PPR.
Yep.
Woo!
on the board?
100%.
Hat bet. I get the hat bet on Sanders. Yes, this is a great week.
You want a Bowmore on it?
Huh?
I'll take a Bowmore on
No,
that
hat
one.
bet.
No, I'll take a hat bet too, but
Hat plus Bowmore?
I'll take a hat plus Bowmore. Like, I feel really good about this one.
Okay,
Yes?
I'm in.
Oh! Oh, the biggest bet of the season, people. Like, this is the fucking week. All right, Shadur Sanders.
Plus
You gotta
15
suck.
points. 14.99.
15 fantasy points is the line, right? That's what we're doing?
15 points.
All right.
Loser
Bowmore and hat.
hits.
Sucks. Oh. It's Bowmore.
Hat
Yeah,
and
yeah,
B.
yeah.
Bowmore and
I'll
hat.
just put hat and B.
Yep. All right.
So you're picking Browns. I'm picking Browns. Ken, you're picking Browns?
I'm taking the Browns.
All right,
we're all
so-
taking the Browns, and he's betting against the Browns quarterback. I love it.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
feel good about it too.
the Raiders. So here, before we move on, real quick, because I'm sorry. We do talk about fantasy football here, and and none of that had to do with fantasy football. And I wanted to make sure, and there are good things for fantasy football here, because to me, the Browns are getting an upgraded quarterback, and they have Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman. Tillman has looked good, getting back into rhythm.
Yeah, but you can't recommend those guys.
Judy has 8+ targets 7 times this year. With bad quarterback play, it hasn't been very good. The Raiders, I'm not saying Shadur Sanders is going to come in and be Cam Newton in his rookie year, but the Raiders just gave up almost 100 yards to CeeDee Lamb and what should have been 2 touchdowns, and 140 yards to George Pickens and a touchdown. And they've given up more than one wide receiver 1 performance per week over the last month. This defense is awful. Awful. So if you are in a spot where you need to start somebody, I think you can look at Jerry Jeudy. I think you can look at Cedric Tillman. And I love Tillman. So I want him to do well. but my expectation is that it's going to be Judy.
Yeah,
And
I was
that
going to
is-
say, I don't think you can do those
that's
things.
where I'm
I
betting.
would not place my bet on those two receivers
But-
at all. Go anywhere else other than those places.
Judy
do
with-
not do that.
Now, Judy with the ball in his hand
But-
has looked good. I think so.
But with that Cleveland defense. And the Raiders suck so bad.
I know,
I'm
but it's
still gonna pick
still the
Cleveland.
Browns, and it's still
Just
Pete
that
Carroll,
defense is
and it's
so
still
good.
Geno Smith. So there's a thingy
the
there that
Raiders
could
are
happen.
So bad. The Raiders are so bad.
They're
That's-
Then they're bad.
They're
Yeah,
bad.
They're
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Go
Yeah,
the-
I think
The Browns are not a bad team.
Pete
The Browns are a
Carroll.
quarterback.
They're a bad
the Browns
team,
are a
but-
team. They're not a bad team. They're a team that's been missing a quarterback. Honestly,
and they still don't have
and
one.
I disagree.
every year there's something they're missing.
Oh, I'm so glad we got a Bowmore on Shadur Sanders.
Me
Like,
too.
I
Me
feel
too.
really good about that.
Me too.
I
do
actually
too.
think Ken's gonna win that.
I think so too.
I think Ken's gonna win that bet.
I'm thinking I might be. I think,
Double Bowmore?
No.
Come on, man. You feel good about this. Like,
Yeah, I don't
I
though.
will take 2 Bowmores next
honestly,
week
dude,
if I'm wrong.
I could,
I-
come on,
I
I could see
don't-
me texting you by halftime.
I do not. I could see
Same.
this going so bad for Sanders. I saw a video that said like top 5 worst quarterbacks last week, right after the season or after the week ended. You know who was the top 5?
Who?
All Sanders.
Dial on.
You know I'm
dial
betting
on,
against
and
Sanders.
dial on. Top 5 rappers of all time.
So yeah, it was really, and I'm like rewatching that game, going, oh yeah, he did.
Suck.
No, he did not look good in the game.
Yeah, you
no,
know I'm
but-
betting
He didn't-
against Sanders, right?
30-mile-per-hour winds, and it's like
no practice.
And it's
whatever
so
excuses
easy.
you want, I will bet against
It is
them.
so easy for quarterbacks to get 15 points. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You know,
All
even though you know, the Bills quarterback Allen only got like 10 this past week. So next up is Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Yes.
Eagles.
Let me find the line. Eagles are only -3.
What?
Over under is 47.5, -170 if you're betting on the Eagles, +142 if you're betting on the Cowboys.
The Eagles-
Obviously going Eagles, but I'm rooting for the Cowboys.
The Eagles
And
struggled.
-3
Cowboys.
seems
Yeah.
way too
The
low.
Eagles struggled to score, and the Cowboys really did get a boost on defense. They look like a
They
different
did.
defense.
No, you're right. They did.
And
They
Quinnen
did.
Williams showed up ready to play.
Eagles are still going to
Quinnen
kill
Williams
them. But
went
yes.
out in his
But I'd
first
be
game
happy
as
to
a
be wrong
Cowboy
about it.
and had the best game of his career.
I'd be happy to be wrong about it.
You heard that, right?
Wait, say?
Quinnen Williams went out in his first game as a Cowboy and had the best game of his career.
All right. Well, it's so different. When
He is a game wrecker.
No, I
He
hear
is-
you.
Like
And
we're
he
talking,
just got plugged
like,
into a system.
What it makes me feel like is it's like if back in the day, if the Cowboys had traded for Warren Sapp when he was in his prime.
Is that guy any good?
I love Warren Sapp. I miss watching him play football. Like and that's Quinnen Williams is that level of game breaker. Like he can rush the passer from the D tackle
When
position.
you say that guy, like, are you just like, oh, I love having that fat ass just sit in the middle of the field and say nobody can move me. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just like,
actually, yes. I mean, okay. Listen,
Like, just-
listen.
Listen, Linda.
The game
Listen, Linda.
is
Listen,
still
Linda.
basically the same. It's about big fat guys pushing other big fat guys, and the guys that are better at pushing the big fat guys generally
know.
win the game. So if you have an elite
but
big
his
fat
highlight
guy,
clips were literally.
you talking about Sapp? Are you talking about Warren Sapp?
Yes, like he would throw the guy aside and then he would go and
Please pull some. You please Google Warren Sapp highlights because that's incorrect. Warren Sapp is actually one of the greatest athletes that we've ever.
Oh,
like,
no, Warren Sapp is good. Don't get me wrong. Like,
no. He was actually a great athlete. Like agile and quick for a guy his size. Unbelievably fast and quick and agile.
Quick, like throw him aside and get. Yes, no, that's kind of. But he had like this move, like it would be like pause and see what he does.
No,
Get around
dude.
him and then.
Warren Sapp is like the OG of the 3 technique. Like no, he's gonna line up and beat you with speed. He's beating like
Just speed?
not
Like, I
just
thought he
speed,
was-
but look, 6'2", 280. That's not
Look,
that.
I'm over here.
6'2". Look, and he's
You're looking at all the highlights. I'm looking at a blank screen. Come on.
look
man.
up there.
I'm trying.
Those beautiful jerseys. Oh, this is a Super Bowl. Why are these highlights of him just sitting down?
I don't know. I just clicked the first link.
All right.
Hopefully, we
Anyway.
don't get like blocked for it.
But anyway,
Sure we
having
will.
one of those game record defensive tackles is that, and now the Cowboys have two because they have Williams and Kenny Clark, and that has been the hole in their defense. Like I'd say, like safety is another one you could point to, but really defensive tackle. Other than like they had, if you remember Jay Ratliff. And he was a guy that they got him. I don't even think they drafted him. I think he was an unrestricted free agent that just kind of walked onto the team. They have just not been able to draft defensive linemen in Dallas for going on 30 years. Like they had because DeMarcus Ware came out as a linebacker. Like we know him best as like a guy who rushes the passer, but he was technically a linebacker when he came out. Anyway, and now they have, and then they drafted Micah Parsons and nailed it with Parsons, who's also technically a linebacker.
Trade him away.
And but they have these stud defensive tackles now, and it really changes everything. Like there are not
It does
very
seem
many
like
teams.
that's how you build your defense. Is if you can have 4 people that can rush
Yes.
the passer. If you can get pressure on the passer with 4, it just changes the entire defense. You have such a huge advantage after that it's kind of ridiculous. And there's only 2 or 3 teams in the league that do it.
Right, and that's one, and the Eagles are one of them.
They are.
But and then the teams are going opposite directions in terms of health, because like the Eagles are taking hits. Their Lane Johnson is out for the foreseeable future, and the Cowboys just like they have added pieces like Quinn Williams, and also DeMarvion Overshown came back this week and looked great. He looked great. So.
So you're taking the Cowboys?
Obviously, I'm just going to do that anyway. But I actually am curious as to how this game's going to play out. I I think it could be a real defensive struggle.
And you know what? The division games go that way more than
These
most
two
people
teams,
think.
when they get together, they
And
run
not
up the
just-
scoreboard.
I'm just saying,
the
divisional
Cowboys
games
Eagles have
in
crazy
general, just
high scoring games.
way more
But,
defensive than most people think.
But right now, the way things are positioned, like the Cowboys are really good on offense, but the Eagles are really, really good on defense. And then the Cowboys have been bad on defense, but they're getting better, and the Eagles have been bad on offense and are getting less healthy. So, so it kind of lines up to be what
they
is,
got
I think the
other weapons
over under
to
is
lean
kind of
on, but
ridiculous in
still.
this game. I think it's still like high 40s or something.
47.5.
Yeah, I think that's way too high. I think I'd take the under.
Well, I mean, the Dallas defense is bad, and
Eagles
and
off-
the Eagles defense is having issues. So that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think the Eagles have scored more than 23 points in like
I believe that.
5 weeks.
fair.
like they keep.
and they keep and they
I
win
wanna talk
all
about that
and,
later.
and they win all of these games. So how do they score 23 points, win, and the over under be 47? That don't math.
Give me the Eagles.
That's true, huh? That would mean the Cowboys would win that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The over under is correct.
Yes.
That would mean the Cowboys.
If
would
the
win.
yeah, so that's the last thing I'll say on this game is that if the over under is correct, then that benefits the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No,
bet
well,
the under.
They have no defense.
So bet the under. Anyway, so next game is Atlanta. Yeah, is that right? Atlanta yeah, okay. So that's where we're at.
New Orleans.
Atlanta, New Orleans. Atlanta's plus 2.5. Over and is 40.5. Plus 114 if you're betting on the Falcons. Minus 135 if you're betting on the Saints.
And this is an interesting one. And honestly,
Not for me.
what really makes it interesting is Kirk Cousins. Is you just
You don't know what you're gonna get.
you just don't know.
Well, I'm betting on the Falcons.
And so the Saints are coming off of a bye. Tyler Shuck looked really good going into the bye. Alvin Kamara had a good game.
I kind of want Kamara on my team.
And I feel like I'm
Want
happy.
some fob?
I'm happy.
I love it. Love it.
Oh man! Like 3 weeks ago, I might have taken you, but now we're in the green
I
zone.
want some Pepsi
We're,
right
yeah,
now.
we're in the green zone
I've
with
got
Alvin
like
Kamara.
$6 left.
Alvin Kamara actually has probably the best schedule of all remaining running backs. And the reason no one's talking about it is because he's RB29 on the season. He just got passed by Woody Marks last night. Because it was funny because I was looking at it, I was like, R29? Did he just get passed last night? Did Woody Marks pass him last night? And I went and I looked, and sure enough, Woody Marks is RB28.
Oh, that's so bad.
But he can vault like 10 spots.
Oh, for sure.
By
He can
just
be
having like a 20-point performance.
For sure.
And so,
Which he
like
can have, and is very
Alvin
capable
Kamara
of
could
having.
still easily finish as a top 12 running back, based on the schedule that they have the rest of the way. And if Tyler Shuck plays the way that he played in Carolina, that he played excellent football.
Which is weird because Carolina has been.
This feels weird because, and I mean, so we know, anybody who listens to knows I love me some Spencer Rattler, but Tyler Shuck looked really good.
He really did. He looked better.
Like
than
I
that one.
watched,
He
and
really
I
did.
watched a lot of him playing. Like I watched his tape, and I watched him in preseason, and I was like, I don't know why they drafted this guy, and whoever they transformed him into in Week 10 against Carolina, that guy can play quarterback. He made some really impressive plays.
I'll take New Orleans too.
So yeah, I'll take the Saints at home.
I'm taking Atlanta.
He's gonna take Kirk Cousins, y'all,
Yeah.
With
I'm
no
feeling
London.
good about it, too, for some reason.
with no London.
Next game up. Yep. Next game up is Tampa Bay at the Rams. Tampa Bay is plus 6.5. Over under 49.5. Plus 250 if you're betting the Bucks. Minus 310 if you're betting on the Rams. I think this will be a 60-point game.
Yeah, I was just
we
gonna.
will see.
I was
High
just gonna
scoring
say
game,
this
give me
would
the
be a
Rams
fun
for
game to be
sure.
in the building for, because it's gonna. I think it's gonna be.
I think
fun.
it mirrors the game last week with Tampa Bay and Buffalo.
Agreed.
think
Because
it's very
the
similar,
Tampa Bay
which-
offense.
It's
Probably
a fun
shouldn't start
game.
the
Lots
Rams
of points
defense.
scored, and Rams totally outdo them. Like
I do think
Yeah.
they're well. What happened was eventually the Bills were able to run away from the Bucks, but that game was
by
back and
fourth
forth.
quarter, it just didn't seem that. It seemed
No,
like
it was back. No, it was back and forth a lot. No, the Bills didn't pull away until there was like 6 minutes to go.
Right.
Like, and
But
it and I
going into the fourth, you were just like,
the
Bills have
Bucks
this,
were
and we'll
leading
say,
the
"F
game the
this."
whole way. The Bucks were leading the game the whole way. The Bills would score and get back into the game, and then the Bucks would score quickly.
I think this game's going to end in an interception. Rams intercepting Baker Mayfield on the last and then 2-minute drill. That's what I think it's going to
Honestly, I think it's going to be better than that. I think the Rams are going to kind
be.
of
Like, you think they're going to blow them out?
I think it's a 10-point
Hey,
victory.
I'd love to watch that game.
Like I say, Tampa is one of those teams. They're very scrappy, but like
That's how I'm
they-
feeling about the Jags.
they're just decent. They're a really good number 4 seed. They're a really good number 5 seed. They're just okay. They're like they're better than most, but they're not better than the good teams.
So we're finally here. Right?
Tampa?
Yes, on the Tampa Rams game, right? So we're finally here, and one of the things that we talked about years ago, right, as a theory, fantasy football theories, we were trying to lock down the point system, right? If you score this much or hold this much, whose fault is it, the offense or the defense, right? And we landed at like something like 21 and a half. 22 points
right.
or something around there that I think
22, 24, yeah.
I think it was right around 24. Because I remember, I think it was actually what we said was like 23 and a half, because it was like if your team scored 24 points, you felt bad if you lost.
Yeah, and then there were some caveats to that, like turnovers would fuck with the margins a little bit and stuff like that. And when the Rams played the Seahawks, they had like 4 turnovers. They like forced the ball, so the Rams should have won that game
Going
by
away.
like way more than the 21. But it was one of those things where I was like watching this thing going, this is like perfectly what we were talking about.
And so the loss
2 or
would be
3
on the
years
offense
ago.
at this point.
Huh?
The loss would have been on the offense at that point.
Yes, the loss would have been on the offense because it was like, dude, you had enough. You had the turnovers. They scored enough with 0 turnovers to be like, you know what I mean?
And so-
like this was, and so it was just a flashback for me when I was watching this game. It was a flashback to like when we were talking about that 2 or 3 years ago. You know?
And here's the interesting thing, like about this game. Like I'm gonna pick the Rams too. We're all gonna pick the Rams here.
Yeah.
I almost want to pick the Bucks in this game because they've had a rough stretch, right? They've played some solid football, but the schedule's been brutal for them lately. And
they haven't lived up to it.
And the
Like,
Rams,
they've been
hurt though. They've been
sure,
without
but-
Evans for several weeks.
Okay,
they
but-
haven't had Jalen McMillan all season. They've been without Bucky
just
Irving for 2 months.
making
They
excuses, I'm just saying.
they lost Kalijah Cansey early, like and like Vita Vea is still there, but Kalijah Cansey is a monster that people don't talk about enough. Like him not
just
being
saying-
there hurts that defense. So let me finish. The Rams are coming off of a game where they forced all of those turnovers and kind of got away with one.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah, they should have scored more.
They should have scored
They
more.
should have scored more.
They
Yeah,
were very
absolutely.
close to losing that game, and so it's rare that you'll have multiple games like that consecutively. So like this lines up just the cosmos of it all as a good opportunity for the Buccaneers, because it would be unlikely for the Rams to force that many turnovers again.
Well, one of the reasons why I keep playing the Rams defense is because they force turnovers.
They do. They get to the quarterback.
they do, yeah.
When you get to the quarterback, when you have a high pressure rate on the quarterback, good things happen. More interceptions, more fumbles, more sacks, all of that.
Yep.
It's like, but they don't finish it. They don't scoop and score. They don't pick six.
They're young
And that's
still.
why I
Like-
justify playing Matt Stafford. Give me those extra 20, 30 yards.
Dude, Stafford's been great.
But
He's been
but yeah,
so
the
good.
Buccaneers pass defense has been awful. So so this lines up as a really good place to start Rams receivers. So as a Rams fan, now that Tyler Higbee is done for the season, who is the
I would just immediately think Allen.
Davis Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the first tight end that comes to mind for the Rams that's going to step into that. He was kind of, I feel like, already taken
Or is
over.
it just
So,
more Devontae Adams?
so
I'm
one of
just
the-
saying.
Well, he
So-
was asking tight end, right? You're
No,
you're
no,
asking
I agree.
tight
I'm
end?
just saying.
Right,
I
and
think
one of the
it's going to be more like Devontae Adams is going to get an extra 4%
So
on his target.
I've
Devontae-
always felt like the Rams underutilized tight ends. though.
Devontae Adams
Devontae Adams seems
box
like a
score last season or
no,
last week.
seriously, especially in the.
But he
end
goes
zone,
the
like-
deep route.
He's
No,
not
but-
he does not seem like a tight end at all.
No, but I'm
That's
saying like in the end, like when they get close, he is treated like a tight end in the end zone. Like
no.
yes, they always throw it to him.
So
No.
that's not a tight end.
That's not
Like,
a tight end thing.
No, it's no, it's
is.
not.
Like, that's-
It's like no. What it reminds. So you don't.
I
Okay,
can kind of see what
The
you're
red
going
zone
at,
isn't
though.
a tight
I
end.
can kind of see what
no,
you're
no, no.
saying.
What
yeah.
he's doing isn't.
He has so many targets. In the red
He's
zone.
not just
That's what he
scoring the
does.
same way. Like the tight ends in the red zone, like unless you're Rob Gronkowski or Travis Kelce, and you're getting like Travis Kelce gets like what are they called, shovel passes? All those weird little plays that Andy Reid draws up, and Gronkowski having the ability to just leap over people, and because he had excellent body control. Typically, the way that tight ends score down in the red zone is like a perfectly drawn up play, and no one's on him. Now, what's happening with Devontae Adams reminds me of a lot more of like Randy Moss, where it's just like once you get in, he not only does he have
Once he's one on
excellent. Once he's one-on-one, not only does he have excellent size, he has all the moves. And Devontae Adams is a better route runner than Randy Moss ever was, and so like he makes guys look stupid. And so like there's some like the touchdown he scored last week, it didn't even look like he was covered. but he was.
The defender went the wrong
Yes,
way.
because the defender went completely the wrong way because
Yeah.
he's a special route runner. He's
No,
a special
he's
player.
amazing, yeah.
But
Especially in the red
but
zone.
You guys are making me excited for
But
football.
here's Devontae Adams.
There's so many things I want to see.
But here's Devontae Adams' box score for last week: 8 targets, 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown.
Are you serious?
And
I think that
and
sounds right.
and
Wow.
on the
I did not
on the
realize that.
season,
That's
Devontae
crazy.
Adams has exactly 2 games with 60 or more yards.
So he is just purely a touchdown.
Yes.
guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
He's that.
As
sounds,
far as
that's-
fantasy is concerned, right now he is touchdown dependent. He is like he's
That is
basically
a very important fact for you to know out there, guys.
So you
Realize
comparing
that.
him. So to bring this full circle, your comparison to him as a tight end, that's where it works. Because fantasy wise, he is operating like a tight end these last few weeks.
A good
He's
tight end.
now
Touchdown dependent.
He's touchdown dependent.
Yeah.
Like it's
good.
he's no
Yeah.
he no.
And
because
honestly,
if you remove
like-
the touchdowns, he's awful.
when I'm
If you
watching
remove his touchdowns, he's bad.
when I'm watching the game, I'm like, oh man, these guys better throw a touchdown pass to Adams or he's gonna be unhappy. He's gonna be unhappy. He's gonna want
How
more.
many? And,
like,
what is he, and I think he has 9 touchdowns on the year.
Oh, dude, he's great. He's one of the top.
But I'm saying like he doesn't. But I don't think he has 500 yards.
But like a good chunk of that was the chemistry of Stafford and Adams hooking up on those deep balls because he was getting the attempts, they just weren't connecting. So there's that too
And the
to
TD
consider.
balls. Yeah, the touchdown balls. Like
Right, but it's not from
He
lack
has
of effort. He had
569
plenty of
yards.
wide open passes that Stafford just wasn't making those connections.
It's 10 touchdowns. He has 10 touchdowns
on 569
on
yards.
569 yards on 43 catches.
That's an impressive touchdown.
So
total.
he's averaging he's averaging
Jeez.
4 catches and he's averaging 4 catches for 56 yards per game.
With that touchdown total, that's pretty fucking nice.
Right, but if you remove,
You gotta throw him touchdowns
That's the
to
thing,
keep him
though, is
happy.
If you remove half of those touchdowns, he goes from being wide receiver 7 on the season to about wide receiver 20.
For sure. Like, that's what we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah, he's
that's his
like,
thing.
so I'm just yeah, you know.
Oh, we got a question. I hope it wasn't sitting there for very long. All right, let me see the timestamps real quick. So it was at 10:14, so only 2 minutes late. Okay, that's cool. So Monty Hall, White, start 2. Monty Hall, White, start 2.
What?
That's the question. Monty Hall, White, start 2.
Oh, he's talking about Dave Montgomery. Montgomery, Brees Hall, or Rashad White. I would start. Oh man, Hall definitely, and then it's kind of a toss up. Like I think I'd probably rather start David Montgomery in a game where the Lions are supposed to win by 2 touchdowns than start Rashad White when it seems like the rushing work and quality rushing attempts are going to Sean Tucker.
You got to pay me to start Rashad White.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Like,
That's
no
fun.
way. If I'm starting Rashad White, it is absolutely desperation. Do not make me do that. No.
Yeah. Please don't.
Oh, it's Smitty too. Hey man, welcome back. I remember you. I
hey,
think
what's up,
is
dude?
he in our pick and pull?
Oh, I think so.
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Honestly, we've had some more pick.
I remember him though. I remember him coming back.
Hey, cool.
So he's coming
Yeah,
back.
Brees Hall is about the only good offensive weapon that the Jets have going right now.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy to start him. And then
Even happy is kind of
and
exaggeration.
then this lines up as one of those weeks that should be good for David Montgomery. So like if you're not going to start him this week, when do you start him?
Oh, for sure, he'd like be the top of the list
And
for those.
and then the matchup is bad. Not only is the matchup bad for Rashad White, but it really looks like Sean Tucker has taken over as the leading rushing option while Bucky Irving is out. Rashad White's still going to catch a few passes. He's still going to be involved. He's going to play a bunch of snaps because he's a better pass blocker, and that is important. But if they're going to score a 2-yard rushing touchdown, it's going to be Sean Tucker.
I'm just saying I wouldn't want to start either one of those. Like,
I wouldn't
those
either.
are
It's a
desperation
bad matchup.
Absolutely, those are desperation options. Do not start them unless you absolutely have to.
So, thanks, bud, and good luck. Hope that helps.
Next up is Carolina Panthers at San Francisco 49ers. We're at the Monday night game. Plus 7.5 if you're betting on the Panthers. 49.5 is the over-under. Plus 295 if you're betting on the Panthers. Minus 375 if you're betting on the 49ers.
I feel like the Niners are going to roll.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. God,
I'm happy to be wrong.
it's funny because the Panthers are like so hard to predict. It's like they go off one week and then they suck the next.
This is a tough place to play in. Like having gone there as a fan, it's a tough place to be. It's loud the whole game. The Panthers are a really young team who's already inconsistent. The 49ers are a veteran team that knows they need to win. I was more worried about them last week going into Arizona against a team that plays good defense. And I'm still worried about their defense, the 49ers defense, because it looks like it's going to be a struggle the rest of the way. But that offense looks good.
It does.
Like, and I mean, people have been bad talking Purdy for 2 months while he's been resting his toe, and he immediately comes back, and you're like, oh yeah,
I can start him.
I'll
start him. Yeah,
I mean, not even just that though, but automatically the offense is just like everything's a tick faster.
Yeah, you can
everything.
start
Yes.
everybody. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes.
it
So
matters, yeah.
Brock Purdy is a great quarterback.
Yeah, well, way better than his backup.
I don't think he's way better than his backup, and I think Mac Jones made himself a lot of money this season.
He is a top 20 quarterback, maybe
Mac
even
Jones?
top 15.
Purdy. Purdy's definitely top 15 to me. Like, and to me, Mac Jones is a starting quarterback.
He's top 30.
And that puts him in the top 30.
That's what I'm saying.
Me
So
too.
beat
That's
up
all I'm
now,
saying
though.
too.
Back and back.
But
So
I like
Purdy's
Mac
coming
Jones.
back this weekend, you guys are saying?
Yes. No, he was back last week.
How did he do last week?
He was great.
Decent.
Who'd they play? I forget.
The Cardinals. They put up 40 on the Cardinals.
Oh, that was the Cardinals.
No, he was good. He wasn't decent. He was really good. It was, and they got a really good start because there was a turnover right away, and the 49ers, I think Brock Purdy's first play from scrimmage came like first and goal at the 4.
I don't think I watched a single play of that game.
Something like that. I was kind of paying attention because I had, like an idiot, I had chosen to go away from Jacoby Brissett, and I started Tua against the Commanders had given up the most passing yards in the league, so it felt like a good decision. Anyway, so I was watching Brissett to see how bad my decision was. And like I made it to about halftime, and at that point, if you'd gotten to halftime, like it was looking like he might not outscore Tua. He had thrown 2 interceptions, and I think he was still like sub 120 yards or something like that. So he had 0 points, and I think he finished with 27 or something like that. And so the Jaguars are a bottom 3 pass defense. Is that right? Is that the right matchup? It's
No, it's Carolina.
Oh, I'm sorry.
was
Yeah,
gonna say,
we're talking
we're-
about Carolina. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got stuck on Brissett.
Like, what?
So
What game
the
are we on?
49ers though are now I think ranked like 30th or 31st in defense in the league. Yeah, it's bad. And
Start your Niners.
And the Panthers are coming off of having 450-yard passing game from Bryce Young, so it is an interesting spot if you want to try it.
Who did they play against?
The Falcons
Okay.
last week.
Yeah.
The Falcons. Bryce Young 450 yards.
I could
on
see
the
that
Falcons
happening with
in
the Falcons,
Atlanta.
though.
But the 49ers pass defense is worse.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And both games are on the road because it was in Atlanta.
Ooh, what a fun game to watch.
It's interesting. Like if I was a 49ers fan, I'd be worried.
I'm picking them to win, but rooting for them to lose. For sure.
And yeah, after that, we've got we'll have Thanksgiving games. So if you guys want to pick those,
Lots of Thanksgiving games. We can talk about them. I'm not going to pick them just yet, but we can talk
we
about
gotta
them.
do them quick.
So, I mean, Packers in Detroit. I would probably have to pick Detroit, but after, I'm going to watch the games, and then we'll see how those games
That's a
go
tough
out.
call.
I might end up going Packers that game.
Yeah, I'll go Detroit from that.
and then Kansas City in Dallas.
Kansas City and Dallas. Again,
KC.
I don't think KC is the team everybody thinks they are. I might actually go Cowboys that game.
Nah.
But let's see what happens on Sunday. I want to see what happens on Sunday.
And then the night
A little
game,
bit more affirmation, but I might go Cowboys that game.
I'll take Kansas City.
we got Joe Burrow.
And it's on their day. Thanksgiving
Ravens.
belongs
Yeah.
to the Cowboys. So I mean, there's that too.
One of my favorite catches of all time. It was Cowboys Chiefs Thanksgiving game.
It's the only reason why they've been able to
Michael
hold on
Irvin.
to that Sunday night. That America's team.
It's because it's Thanksgiving game. Maybe you'll remember it. Michael Irvin catches like a 30-yard pass from Troy Aikman, and he's got a defender right on him, and he's got his left hand like trying to fight off the defender, and he catches the ball one-handed, like kind of bobbles it for a second, and then pulls it in one-handed in the back of the end zone. Great catch. Michael Irvin's the man.
Yeah, totally remember that one.
And then the
was
last
Thanksgiving game.
Thanksgiving game is Bengals at the Ravens. Well, we'll see, but Ravens.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to see.
yeah.
I really
want
wanna
to
see
how
Joe
things
Burrow.
go this week.
I
predict
just
that
think
game.
Joe Burrow got like the short end of the stick playing on the Bengals, and
Well, he did for sure,
But that
is
happens
he good
to-
enough to overcome it?
But I
That's
mean,
the
when you
thing.
think about it, that happens to basically every quarterback that gets drafted number one overall.
Sure.
You're going to a bad team.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right, I think we did it all.
that's all of them. We got no questions in the
Good
chamber.
luck, guys. Fight hard. Even if you're out of the playoffs, make sure that somebody else goes down with you.
Peace
Down
out.
first. See ya.